All right, we're live.
Welcome to another session of the Gilded Dice. We play the Storm King's Thunder, and our cameras are all screwed up. We're missing Rogadar at the moment. He's gonna be a little bit late. Oh no! I just heard him come on Discord. He might be Rogadar right now.
Gonna...
But you look at that. We started like 30 seconds too early.
Right.
Rogadar, is that you?
It is. He's got his mic muted. He's probably getting set up.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post. Rogadar's on his way. Anyways, all right. So last session, you guys made your way to again another one of the burly little mounds of the Uthgard Barbarians, Flint Rock, home of the Elk tribe, where they were having a giant celebration of a festival for some reason. You guys approached and in their drunken stupor, you learned from them that they're celebrating the return of the chieftain's son, someone that you guys had rescued from Groodhog. There was great celebration and an elk race where you guys did not win the medal piece as a trophy.
Is it too late to go back?
No, it's never too late to do anything. It's D&D. You can do
Guys,
whatever you want.
What if that thing was actually the thing that we're looking for?
Well, in addition to that medal piece you did get an actual medal piece, a mithril spear tip that was embedded in the altar of Flint Rock, belonging to a spear of a large giant from days gone past. You guys used suggestion to convince the chieftain to part ways with the object embedded in their altar for many years, but he was drunk. He was happy. So you guys impressed him in your elk racing. Cortian almost won, but you guys missed out.
I was close.
It was close. It came down to a single roll. That was great.
Yeah, I feel like a judge was on their side and they were all biased.
Yeah. Well, feel free to turn around. I'm gonna turn the ship around.
Can we turn the ship around? I'm actually really interested in
I gotta turn this elk around.
Can we go? Because what if we
just spins the wheel?
What if we took the wrong artifact and that stick was actually the artifact? That's what I'm worried about at this point. Maybe we should
What? We should go back to every single location and make sure that we got the right thing.
I mean, we got something pretty safe from. We didn't see anything else, but at that last location, we saw something we didn't take. I say we should get that.
I say we go in one direction only. One direction, just like the band.
How does it feel to know? You know, you guys know in all these other locations, you've missed magic items, right? You just missed them. You didn't encounter them. You didn't see them. Happens all the time. But this is the first one that you actually saw and then failed to get. Ooh, that hurts.
Yeah, it really
don't know if
hurts
it was
me.
magic. It's a piece of shit.
It wasn't part of the mission. Lucian doesn't care.
Actually, no. You guys also missed out on that breastplate from Eye of the Allfather too.
I don't remember seeing that.
All right, so you guys continued your way, begging off southward.
This is gonna be the reason why we die, because we're lacking items.
One item, yeah.
That's two so far that we know of. There's more.
Taking a break from your escapades to gather artifacts from these Uthgard Barbarian mounds, you turn the ship southward to the small, quaint village of Belliard.
Yeah,
to
man.
cash in a favor, a reward that you had obtained long ago during the Battle of Groodhog.
Oh man.
As you pass over the Desserin Hills on a nice, glorious afternoon, is there anything you guys want to do aboard the ship of the airship Grim?
Go back. Get the metal piece.
Who wants to go back?
Again,
No.
dexterity save or be thrown off the ship.
I'm actually really ready to go back and take it in stealth mode.
Well, you're just gonna steal it from the rightful
Yeah,
owner?
I mean, I'll go with Rogadar. Rogadar, he owes him a favor. I want maybe Rogadar can convince him. Also, can I reset my skills? Did we take a long rest?
Yeah, it's a few days travel south to Belliard. It would have been a short rest at some
We would
point.
have to go a couple
Or a
days
long
back.
Zaya wakes up in the middle of the night.
Guys!
We gotta go back. We gotta go back.
Dry sweat. It's not cold sweats.
I mean, I've been thinking about it for a couple days, and I think after Belliard we should go back.
I can just see Lucius's eyes rolling in the back of his head.
It's okay. He can roll his eyes. He can even get a migraine out.
Rolling in the back of my head. That's an impressive feat.
So you guys continue towards Belliard to hopefully find a place to stash all these items on your ship. The ship's resident engineer Nizroth is slightly concerned about all the items you're bringing on board. The ship is taking the toll of its weight, under the weight of the items.
Yeah, we lost a couple people, so that should make up for it.
Bounce.
Oh, too soon, man. I mean,
Lost the
Orsic
heaviest- the heaviest guy.
was fat, Oriscus was fat, and Brassic was strong, and
Muscular.
muscly. I mean, I guess those were the two best ones to lose if you're gonna.
Oriscus was losing weight. He was.
Probably lost a good 500
Well,
pounds.
now he lost all of his weight.
Just spread out evenly.
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
He's still decomposing somewhere.
Oh man, or he was eaten already.
The Griffin's got him. Sorry, guys. You just boned.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
So anything else you guys want to do on the journey to
Yeah.
Belliard?
Guys, what's the plan in Belliard? Are we actually gonna put down my little fortress there, or do we have another plan building? Like, do we want to order people around and build us something, or what is the plan? You know,
Well,
like
what-
People do you have to order around?
I mean, we have a halfling that might know of people in Belliard that could do something for us.
So
I
you're
mean, I
looking
have
for
hopes.
servants.
I'm looking for sharpenters.
What?
Carpenters. Hey,
Carpenters.
I mean, it's not like I work in that domain, okay?
Delsophine's just casually driving the ship.
That's good.
Well, what do we have? Do we have a deed? Are we just supposed to meet that little halfling?
I mean, we should look for him, that's for sure. I think I remember his name. I mean, I know I remember his name. Hold on, I'll tell you.
Remind me again what the point of claiming this land is.
To
Gotta
put
put
our
stuff there, right?
stuff! Yeah!
I couldn't have said it any louder.
And how are we going to protect it from would-be thieves?
I mean, I definitely remembered his name, but now I definitely...
The halfling will protect it.
I mean, I can spot him. I'm a halfling, so I would know who he is.
What?
That's
As
a
long
little
as,
halflings know each
as
other.
long as you're the same race as someone, you'll
That's a
always
lot.
be able to spot them.
Oh, racist there. I mean, not all halflings are related,
Be
okay?
racist people. Hello. I mean, I know. I remember.
All right, his name is Roderick Hilltopple. And
Oh, Roderick. Yeah. Okay, let me find him.
why not? All right, so you guys continue the journey towards Belliard.
Here, I found it. Roderick Hilltopple. I saw it right here. I mean, can you guys see that I found it? Wait. Here. Yeah, Roderick. Roderick Hilltopple.
Oh yeah.
All right. A couple days later, traveling south over the Desert Hills, you approach a small town of Belliard. At the intersection of the Desserin Road and the Stone Trail, you guys approach. As you swing around, you can see the stone bridge. I'm not sure if any of you guys would have traveled around this area, but the stone bridge is an impressive feat of architecture. It spans a large cliff where the Desserin River cuts through, and it's almost like it's floating in the air. You know what? I might actually have a picture of it. I do not that area. Yes, I do. Would you look at that? No, I don't. Disregard. I'll find one. The stone bridge again almost looks like there's no foundation that holds the actual stonework down to the valley. It just almost exists and spans this large chasm. As you approach Belliard, coming in kind of low, it's a small little town, and it's home to many cattle ranchers. You see just farms and acres of just cattle. There are some pig farms amongst them, but a lot of horses, cattle, and those sort of livestock. You can see in the center of the town there's a large well that distributes water into troughs, which is the main source of liquidation for their cattle. But it's a small little place. Delphine brings the airship close to Belliard and asks if you guys where do you guys want to be set down? just outside of town. Do you want to plop her right down the middle?
Yeah, let's do it right in the middle this time.
Probably get fined or
Say
something.
I say we just go right next to the center area place.
Like in the town square.
Yeah, and look impressive and get out juggling and stuff.
I don't think you're the only one who could juggle.
Okay, I can do other stuff too, but I mean, you guys can.
How does such grandstanding benefit us in any way?
It doesn't, but it's fun.
I feel like people would actually think we're assholes. They would be like, check these guys out. And then we want them to watch over our shit. Hey guys, can you watch over our artifacts here? Okay, bye.
We're dropping off. For once, I agree with Cordia. We're dropping off several large magical artifacts, which we don't want anybody to take. So perhaps making a grand entrance with all of them and drawing so much attention to ourselves is a poor idea.
Fine.
To raise a point, though, most of the large artifacts we're dropping off aren't magical,
Not
I don't
magical.
think.
Thanks, Rogadar. I was just thinking that too. Ding, ding.
That's not really relevant to whether or not people might want them.
It's not. No, it's not at all.
They're valuable.
I also vote we land outside town.
Okay, I don't really care. I'm not gonna argue over this. It's not like I care that much.
So is that?
She's looking at
Yes.
as you guys argue. She looks at you guys. And here's a picture of what Stonebridge looks like. I'm gonna show it to you guys here.
Oh wow!
Again, an impressive feat of architecture, just almost levitates and spans the Desert River at its one of its largest.
That looks
parts.
like exactly the kind of thing that is going to get destroyed at an epic part in the story.
It looks like
That's where
something
you're
from-
gonna make your final stand.
Yeah.
But-
Meteor storm is just gonna hit that and just crumble everything.
I'm pretty sure.
Doesn't even have any railings. I imagine
Yeah, no,
just
it's
strong
insane.
wind, just blow right off that thing.
Yeah, but it's a famous location, but it spans Desert River, connecting the Stone Trail to Belliard. So, Delphine looks for your commands as you guys bicker amongst yourselves as captains do. You guys decide to land outside of town. So she commands her crew, and they gently place it on one of the hills, not too far, a couple miles off to the north of Belliard. The crew bid you adieu, wish you best of luck, and hope that you come back in one piece.
Before we leave, I'm gonna go to Dulcifine and be like, "Hey, pal, do you know anything about Belliard? Have you ever been here?"
We have flown over it many times. It is the home of cattle. Can't say there's much to be said about Belliard. I heard they've been ravaged by hill giants lately.
Oh no.
I have seen a few hill giants in the surrounding Desert Hills and Summer Hills. But other than that, I would say it's a small little quaint town. For the glory of Clouth, may he not destroy it while you're there.
Okay. Guys, are you ready to exit this ship and enter Belliard after this time that we've been waiting for this moment to come finally?
As I'm getting off the ship, I also approach Delphine. I guess I would approach with Zaya.
She's too busy saluting Zaya. She turns to you, yes, Captain Rogadar.
And I pull the Riscus's mask. Delphine, would you mind if I keep Riscus's mask, seeing as he has no need for it anymore?
The body's still warm, Rogadar. Come on, have some sympathy. She bows very low and says, I'm sure Ariscus would be happy for you to have it. You were his mentor, his trainer, and his guide. And I know he loves spending every moment with you, Captain Rogadar.
He was growing to enjoy it, wasn't he? Thank you very much. I will
Thank you.
do him some honor with it,
For the
if that
glory
makes
of Clouth.
sense.
It makes sense.
Draconic doesn't translate well to common, you know.
But yeah,
Little awkward.
it's a little weird. We deal with dragons a lot. It's strange.
Yeah.
All right, and you have Ariscus's dragon cult mask. All right, so you guys disembark and begin your journey towards Belliard. As you walk for some time towards Belliard, you can see in the distance, it's a small town, a good size, maybe roughly the same size as around Tribor that you pass through. Again, there's cattle ranching, cattle farms everywhere. It's as you get close and the wind just cuts through, it smells like manure. It's a pure scent, but it's quaint. As you approach, there's a lot of farmers. They all greet you. They wave at you. A few carts are moving along the roads. You guys are in Belliard.
I want to keep an eye out to see if I spot Roderick anywhere.
Sure, make a perception check.
I'm gonna be looking around for a weapon shop or a weaponsmith of some kind.
Sure.
I'm going to be joining Wolverine and looking for an armor shop or an armor smith of some kind.
All right. Okay. Well, Zaya, as you look around, there are halflings about. They are. They all don't look the same. You know,
I'm a halfling.
You see a pair of halflings tending to some horses. They're grooming them. And Wolverine and Rogue are headed to town looking for a shop. I guess first up, Zaya. Anything you want to do?
Well, I'm looking to see if I spotted a...
You haven't spotted... Roderick's not a... You haven't seen Roderick. You've seen halflings about. Lucius and Cortion, are you guys going to do anything, Billy?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a feel for the local area. I'd like to go
look for some dead.
Yeah, I wanna like know if there's anything plaguing this city, town.
Sure.
So I suppose the best place to do that would be a tavern. Just grab a drink and listen to the local din.
Yeah. All right. So Lucius.
I'm gonna find whoever the criminal contact is in this town.
Sure.
Send a letter and just an update to the Zentarum, and ask if anything interesting. Since we're wasting time here, is there anything interesting worth checking out that the Zentarum might be interested in?
Also, if I don't see him, I guess I'll head with Cortion to the inn.
Okay. All right. So, Zaya, Cortion, you guys head. You ask around for what's the local establishments. Do you, from a few different individuals, they all point you to the same place. A place called the Watchful Knight. It's a nice little place. Quite a few, about 3 stories high, made of stone. And next to it is a large stable where a bunch of horses are being kept. Outside of the actual inn itself, there seems to be some sort of pedestal where perhaps a statue once stood, but it is vacant and empty and old and cold. You enter. Inside, there's a bunch of patrons. They seem to be kind of smiths, tanners, just kind of merchant type people, just having their afternoon drinks because you can't go to work sober.
My kind of people.
Yeah, you guys enter.
Yeah, I'll go straight for the bar. Make sure that I make eye contact with the tender.
Yep. It's a little gnome, a tiny little gnome. He looks flustered. It's like he hates this job, but he has nothing else to do. But it's obviously his small stature makes it very difficult to attend to all these people. And you can see he walks around on stilts just to get high enough onto the counter, just running around, barely balancing. He looks at you, catches attention. He's like, yeah, just 1 minute, and he scoots off. He runs in the back.
He's just got stilts. That's great.
Yeah, and he comes back around the corner. He's walking on the stilts with this big tray. He teeters and totters and places it on the counter. There's just a bunch of drinks on there. He wipes his hands on his apron and says, "Yes, what can I do for you?"
Uh, I'll sit down and grab I'm gonna order a drink. I'm gonna say, Cortia, nice to meet you. Can I get whatever your finest ale?
It's just ale. Nothing fancy.
Doesn't look like anything's the finest around here.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna argue. And he says, "Oh, that'd be 2 silver."
Still, is that a lot of money? Should I be outraged?
It's all good, Kuchian. Just pay.
Yeah, I'll toss 2 silver on the counter.
All right. He scoops it up and he just tosses it into like this clay vase almost that's kind of just sitting off to the side. Just throws it in there and it clinks inside. Just disregards it. He's like, "All right, I'll be back." And he scoots off in his little stilts.
And I say, "Hey, 1 second! I forgot to order for Zaya."
He almost slips on the floor. Turns around.
Zaya, what are you having?
Yeah. Can I have just some
Finest.
vegetables and some liquor?
Sure. It'll be like 7 silver or 8 silver or something like that. Just throw it in the pot. And he just scoots off.
I'm gonna put
Yeah,
four.
on our system.
All right, you toss 4 silver to the into the vase that he has apparently just thrown his money in.
I
He
like
comes
that you
back.
order- Go ahead.
Yeah, he comes back not too long afterwards, and he places it in front of you guys, just completely winded as he's trying to bounce between all these patrons.
Hey, you should just like sit down with us for a minute. You know, just catch your breath and hear us. We have some interesting stories. You know.
Do you know what time it is? It's
time to sit
lunchtime.
down?
I don't have time to be sitting around. You just hear everyone's kind of just calling for his attention. He's like, "I'll be there in a second.
Where's your second man?
I'm the only one here. It's just me. It's just me." Runs off.
Maybe you should wait 5 minutes.
In the meanwhile,
Time to start.
Wolverine and Rognar, you guys head around town. They do have a local armor and smith. It's a woman. She's just pounding away on an anvil. She's working on some weapons, some swords. Wolverine.
Excuse me.
Hey, yes.
Do you sell your weapons here, or is there a shop that you sell them to and they get your wares out?
Oh, I ship my goods to Waterdeep and Yartar, but if you want to buy, I'll sell you.
I'm looking
In the
for
back, she's got a kind of a collection of weapons that are being ready to ship.
your biggest greatsword.
Oh, a great sword. She puts the hammer down on the anvil, and she scooches off to the back. Up for a little establishment. She comes out with it's a simple great sword. It's nothing ornate. It'll serve your purpose. Pretty basic, but it's shiny. It's sharp.
Shiny and sharp.
Yeah, it glistens. The ping, glistens
Got
in
a
the
good weight to it.
Yeah, she hands it over to you. She just stares at you.
I
as you're-
just kind of like good weight. How much would this run me?
I sell it for about 35 gold. I can sell it to you for 30.
If my friend here commissions some armor from you, can we get some kind of combo?
She looks at you, Rognar, and says, "What you looking to commission?"
I pull out. I'm not muted, right?
No.
No, perfect. Okay. I pull out Ariscus's mask.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, this wouldn't really fit a dragonborn's head. I wish to have it modified so that it would fit my head.
She kind of takes it from you. And, it's made of metal and leather, and kind of different materials. She looks at it, says, I think I could make that work." She kind of sizes your head a bit as a little bit. You give me about a day, I could have this refitted, restrapped, and fit snug on your dragonborn head somehow.
What would your fee be for that?
Just a refitting, I would say about 8 gold.
Gold. And would you cut a couple gold off of the greatsword?
Make a persuasion check.
Not the best of these, but you know.
If I bounce my pecs, does he get advantage?
Are you aiding him? Are you trying
Not my best roll.
we'll say that you guys your punch your pecs, you know. She's just a little bit. She says, I could probably take off 2 gold.
Perfect.
28 gold for the great sword, and how much did I say for this mask?
You said 8 gold.
Yes. I was just testing your honesty. Do we have ourselves a deal?
28 gold. Sounds great.
It's good to me.
Alright. Well, then you hand over the gold. She tests the weights, stashes it, and you have yourself a nice great sword. Rogadar, she spends
And
the
as
next...
usual, half now, half on pickup.
Sure. I'm sure you folk aren't going anywhere. I saw your airship coming in. You're not very stealthy. But let me take some measurements. And she takes 4 gold and spends the next 20 minutes or so just measuring your strangely sized head, because you are Dragonborn, it's a little different. She takes a lot of measurements and just begins to get to work on that. Lucius, you head around town, looking for that criminal contact. You find yourself a quiet male elf who's just seems to be smoking some sort of pipe. Kind of just watching over, or trying to make it look inconspicuous, and just watching over a herd of cattle. But you can tell by his stature, he's just darting his eyes around, watching everything.
Okay, I approach.
Just kind of just looks at you and he turns his back a little bit, like he pretending not he didn't notice you. Just keeps smoking on his pipe.
I lift my cloak and show my Zentarum ring,
He just like,
and then cover it up again, and say, "How are you, friend?"
don't take up smoking. It's a waste of life.
I've never intended on it.
That's good. It helps when you're running away from the enemy. He's got this large scar across his face.
Are you on the run from someone?
Aren't we all in our line of business? Yeah, you're not here to.
Depends on how well we keep ourselves hidden.
Well, I thought I was doing a pretty good job in this shitty ass town, but you somehow found me. Was it the pipe? Is it too much?
I'm just here for information, not to worry.
Alright, I'll try to provide. What do you want to know?
Just any interesting rumors around town or things that might be of interest to my organization.
Well, we've been attacked by a ton of hill giants as of late, but that seemed to have died down a bit. It was quite problematic. They were stealing all our cattle here, and by ours, I mean theirs. I just pretend I'm a cattle farmer, just kind of. But,
From the south, I assume?
yeah, but the last couple of weeks they haven't showed their face. In fact, a giant came back and gave back some pigs. It's fucked up, man. Takes another puff of his smoke. His pipe.
I say, yes, we've had some involvement in that ourselves.
You know what? I've learned to not ask questions, and I hope you are of the same mindset.
Yes, well, is there anything still going on around town that's notable?
A couple fire giants have been spotted in the area. different parties of fire giants. Actually, they're carrying some sort of rod. We've seen them, these weird metal rods. I don't know. They've got these. They're about this big or something. I don't know. It's different kind of.
Well, that's interesting. Do they look like weapons?
I mean, I haven't seen them. We've reports. They've kept their distance. We've tried to avoid any attention. I don't think so. I don't know.
And from which direction do they tend to hail?
To the northeast of Jandar's Pass, we've seen a few. Some of them actually spotted the Destron Hills themselves. I've seen a few tussles with the hill giants and the fire giants, but these things they're carrying, I don't know. They're holding them like this and just kind of following them, I guess? I don't know, it's weird.
Like some kind of divination rod.
Listen, man, I don't know the words you're saying. I don't like it. I don't know anything about that kind of... No. I'm a real guy. None of this magic stuff. Hard physicals. Brute strength.
Says indeed. Well, perhaps you could, through whatever means, deliver a letter for me.
Yeah, I mean, I could try. I could try. Where do you want me to deliver this letter to? I can't leave town. Listen, man, if I leave town, I'm done for.
Just wait for somebody with a ring like mine and hand them this letter.
Well,
and I tear out a page from my journal that I've written the update on.
Yep.
And fold it up and give it to him.
All right. He stashes it in the side pouch. Okay, I'll wait for the sign, but I mean, sure. You have my word.
Say, don't worry, they'll get it where it needs to go.
I promise I won't use it as like a tobacco rolling paper or something, I'll deliver it, my friend.
Yes, well, now that I know what you look like and where you are, I trust that you, I trust that if I don't hear of the reception of the letter within a certain amount of time, that, perhaps word might spread of your location is all I'm saying. You ought to be careful who you make enemies with.
Hey, listen, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna bring it up. Forget it. You're right. I'm not gonna. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Your message is gonna be delivered. And he takes a nice puff. Smoke.
Excellent. And that's enough. I walk away.
All right. Cool. Back in the inn, Zaya and Cortion and the watchful knight. The little gnome is scooching about. You see him fall over at one point, picks himself back up because that's what we gotta do in life. Just pick ourselves back up. So what do you guys do when you're hanging around the inn?
Is there anyone that looks like a local, I guess?
Yeah, a lot of them look. They all look fairly localized. They wear very like clothing that indicate that they work here farming. There's a tanner with a large apron. It's got grease stains all over himself. Ranchers, they're all pretty local.
Anyone like sitting at a bar with us, I guess?
Yeah, just down to the side, you see just a human male. He looks so typical, so normal. He is the epitome of human male. He just sits there eating some fish and potatoes and just taking a swig of his drink.
I guess I'll just start presenting. And I'll put my hand out and say, "Hey, I'm Zaya Wintouple. Maybe you heard of Glitterlocks in this fine town?"
He just looks at you and says,
I mean, like the performer, the girl with, the glitter locks and stuff.
Yeah.
The one who beat that other band.
Yeah, that's the one.
I upload the pamphlet from my bag of holding because I forget the name all the time. And I actually did. So let's see.
Phoenix Reborn.
Yes! I purposely never remember that. and I pull it out. You know, these guys, like I was.
Town. I think they were heading to Yartar after.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
anyways,
And you beat them, and you were. I remember that.
I was the better
You
performer.
were the better. Yeah.
In Golden Fields and stuff.
Oh.
You know Golden Fields, right?
Right. Yeah. It happened in Golden Field. Right. Next week.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're just so caught up in your own persona and fame that you're just feeding off of his familiarity with you.
I hug him. My fan.
I'm your number one fan. That's me. All right.
Glitterlocks,
Yeah. Just let someone see like.
It's okay, I don't see that. So
Yeah.
I let go of the hug and I'm like, listen.
Yeah. Well.
So I'm here a little incognito,
Okay.
but I'm looking for a friend.
Okay.
Do you know about my friend Roderick Hilltopple?
Well, why are we whispering about Roderick?
I don't know. I mean, like, we can talk normally, I guess.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I know. Everyone knows Roderick, of course.
How do you, like, what does he do around here? How? Yeah, like.
Well, Roderick Hilltopple, he's kind of like the big estate guy around here.
Oh my gosh, I knew it! So, tell me how to get to his house.
Kind of just points off roughly to the northwest. Sorry, it says just somewhat close to the stone bridge, not too far from here. He's got a small establishment. I think it's called House on the Hill. Roderick Hilltopple's real estate, something like that. But he deals with homes, houses from all over the lands. He's quite well known. A lot of people come to him for houses and other establishments.
Right.
Again,
You know, if he's there, like, today, he's, like, you know, around, I guess.
he's fairly busy. He comes to town once in a while, yeah.
You know, like there was a time where Roderick got in such big trouble.
He was in trouble, yeah.
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 You know who saved him?
Yeah, I said you guys.
It
Yeah,
was,
it was you. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I don't know. Cordian, you know, this is my fan. You know, like just he's the human
Yeah,
fan.
well, I know him. Yeah.
No. I mean, no, he's my friend, but he's not.
But he was with you.
And co person.
Yes, of course not. Of course not.
He's just another
He's just
fan.
another fan.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, of course. Anyways, Roderick, he has this establishment, House on the Hill.
Yeah. So, Cortian, do you have a question for my number one fan?
I thought I was your number one fan, first of all, but.
Oh well, sorry. I mean, I meant another number.
Yeah,
Cool,
well,
right?
That's all right. Yeah.
But Cortian,
Yeah.
listen, my friend. I mean, you're my friend and number one fan. I mean, you're up. It's ups one, I guess. Listen,
Oh.
are you coming with me to Roderick's house? I mean, this is a really cool thing that's gonna happen. Then who knows? Maybe we'll find some dead people on the way.
Well, first I want to make sure that with the number 2 fan that we trade notes and stickers and locks of hair. So if you can just take a little walk, and I want to see if this guy is actually, he is what he says he is. I want to see his collection of goodies.
He just kind of says under breath to you, Cortian, but you're bald. How are we going to exchange locks of hair?
No, not mine. And this guy immediately, like, I'm too deaf.
So,
Does he not get me?
I'm gonna wait. Are you gonna? So how long are you staying here, John?
I gotta find. I'm. Was there any word of anything undead?
Are you asking this to my number 2 fan?
No, to the DM. Did
No,
I find anything?
make an investigation check.
Yeah.
So you kind of walk around town, listening to people.
Just
wait,
imagine.
We're leaving the inn. Are we actually?
I don't. So not yet. I mean, like, I'm not right. Like, I'm just investigation.
No, yeah, from as you were walking to the inn, talking to people, listening. Not real word that Hill Giants activity has ceased in the area. It actually has gotten better as of late. But Nothing undead.
Business is bad. All right. I will come with you. Finish
This is
off
so
the rest of my
fun.
Okay, you down it.
I'm gonna actually tell the guys. Guys, I'm gonna go see my friend Roderick.
Okay. Let us know where the plot of land that we're getting is.
Alrighty.
Morbane just kind of puts out his earpiece. He's like, "Oh, I got my great sword. Can I? I'll join you guys. Let's meet up in the center of town by that giant well."
Okay.
He looks at you, Rogadar, and says, "Well, we've got time to kill. She's got to make your mask. You just want to head over, or do you?"
I'm gonna let's just wander around, and I'm gonna look for the half-star place, see if it's anything
Sure.
around.
Sure.
Because I'm
Okay.
kind of bored. I want to fight. Want to see what
Alright.
there is.
Morbane heads off to the center of town to meet up with Portet and Zayad. Rogadar, you look for the half star. Make an investigation.
Me?
No.
Let's hope it's better than last time.
Oh. Because he kind of did this as he said that. So I thought he was winning him.
Nope. I find nothing as usual.
There is a general store, but you're doing a little pass around on the store looking for some sort of indication of the half star presence. I mean, unless you want to spend like all day looking for it, or you just kind of just breezing through.
No, I'd probably just do like a pass around town if I see it. If I don't,
Okay, so you're not okay.
no, I can spend the next 3 hours looking for it.
Okay. at which point you probably just would find it if you're scouring every little nook. Is it here? Is it here?
Yeah.
If you're just doing a pass, you're just trying to keep incognito about it, but you don't spot it. Okay. So Zayad, Cortion, Wolverine meet up. Rogadar about town, and Lucius. What are you gonna do while these guys head over?
Sorry, they're just chilling at the inn still.
They're heading to the center of town to pick up
Try and
Wolverine,
find.
and then gonna head northeast out of town towards House on the Hill, Roderick's real estate establishment.
Well, I'll head to the inn
All right,
because I don't know where they are.
sure. All right. Well, on the earpiece, Wolverine said to meet at the center of town.
Oh, okay. I say I'll catch up to you guys. I would like to ask some people at the inn some things.
All right. So Cortion, Zaya, Wolverine, you guys meet up in the center of town and begin to head out of town. You spot Rogadar off in the distance. He's kind of just peering at window frames and at one building and goes across the street. He's like looks underneath a welcome mat.
Never this hard before. It's so easy. What's happened?
His last touch. Rogadar just out doing his thing. So you guys head over to what appears to be a large, not a large, but a business-like establishment that's actually on a hill. And as you get closer, there's a giant signpost: "House on the Hill, Roderick Hilltopple's real estate." And it's like a nice, the sign is made of a house. And as you approach, a wealthy-looking family, a mom, a dad, and 2 little children. They're well dressed. They're very pretentious. Keep their heads up high, and noses pointed outwards. And they kind of walk out, and they look at you and with sort of disdain and disgust at your presence, and they kind of walk past you.
I keep walking.
All right. So you guys enter the establishment, I presume.
Well, I guess is it open? We have to knock.
Yeah.
Does it say
I mean,
please ring the door?
it's just a store of sorts.
Okay, so yeah, I go in.
All right. Sorry, 1 sec. You guys enter the store. I've been telling you, what game is this? Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda?
Sounds like, anyways, you guys enter this little store, this little establishment, and as you enter, it is an organizational nightmare. It is a mess. it looks there's just paperwork stacked everywhere. On the walls, there are just maps pinned up against the wall with markings all over it. They're just kind of misplaced, and, not well, I guess, organized. There's on one wall there's just images of land and homes with different pricings on them. It's a real estate place.
How are the pricings?
Expensive, way out of your price range. Quite expensive. Clearly, Broderick deals with high-end establishments. But you spot the halfling. He's standing on a desk, kind of trying to sift through some papers on a tall stack. He's trying to reach up high without knocking it over.
I'll knock.
Yeah, he's too busy trying to reach the top. He's like, 1 minute, please, 1 minute. He grabs a piece of paper from the top, and the whole stack falls down like a pair of dominoes, and just knocks over another stack, and paper just flies everywhere. And he says, I got it. And he looks over to you, Zaya and Cortion. Doesn't recognize Cortion, but recognizes you, Zaya.
Hey, friend!
Oh, it's you.
Well, yeah, I felt invited.
And he says, oh, I remember you, and you. And he points to Wolverine, who's just standing there, trying to not.
Wolverine.
He smiles.
And here's a new friend who's also really great with dead people, especially, but also with live people.
Okay. I didn't think you were going to come so soon. I mean,
Is it really that soon? I feel like it's been a month.
has it?
I mean, is it a bad timing?
No, of course. I invited you to Billiard because you saved my life, and my pig. And you can see in the corner now. There's a pig with a blue collar.
Oh, is that him? Is he back?
Shh. That was our secret.
Yeah, I know. Is it?
Yeah,
him?
it's the one.
That's a nice pig friend,
Oh, thank you.
Cortion. And I mean, it's a nice big friend. I like those kind of friends.
Yes. So, I suppose you're here to cash in the reward favor I promised you.
Absolutely. But also, we're staying at the Watchful Night Inn, and you're welcome to join us. I'll pay.
No,
That hurt.
maybe. It's been a while since I've gone.
Or
Work keeps me
maybe
busy.
they can. We can bring it here. Maybe to deliver. I don't know.
Maybe I'll join you at the Watchful Night. That sounds fun.
Right?
But let's get down to business. I've got a lot of work to do.
So last time we saw each other, it was kind of vague, and I kind of made it sound to friend Cortion here that it was pretty great what we were having. So, I really hope that it's gonna be at the level of expectation for him.
Okay. Well, I believe I promised you some a land or a deed of a home.
Right. But I was picturing with a right.
Of course. Listen, just give me a few moments. And he runs around. He just scurries around his establishment, pulling papers and pictures and all these sort of documents. It takes about 5 minutes as he's doing this. Just make Warbane's back. Okay. Afterwards, he ushers the three of you to come to his desk. He says, "Come, let us discuss business."
Yes.
And he kind of lays out some paperwork, some pictures, and just some details of some of the places that he has available. He says, "These are the establishments that I have. Yes, they're going on the market soon. But as promised, I'll give you one of them for free."
Man, this is the best day ever. Can I flip through and look for this one?
Sure. So you flip through and you see that the various things are available. There's a small cottage with some land. Some of those details are a little iffy that he's got here. These kind of are the ones that he doesn't have the full the details for yet. He's working on these. But There's a small cottage with some land pictured on it. Not really sure. Got a question mark behind it. Just outside of Everlund. From what you can tell, it's fairly good size. Large room, 2 bedrooms. It's got a kitchen, cellar. There is an unused abbey. An abbey that's no longer being used, just outside of Silvery Moon.
Second.
Yeah. The second one is a large, an unused abbey outside of Silvery Moon.
Where is that? Like
Here, Everland.
Oh, Everland, Silvery Moon.
Which is, it looks great. Probably needs a little more work on the outside. The stonework's a little bit rough around the edges, but it could do. He's got an old merchant warehouse in Yardtown that's not being used. A great establishment if you guys ever want, stash your stuff in Yartar, which is over here in the Desert Valley, just north of where you are. There is a vacant farmhouse with a barn in Tribor. It's a small little, it's small, it is farmhouse, but the barn probably could use some damage to it. He can basically offer you a small house in Waterdeep, Neverwinter, Shander, inside Everlund. Or if you just want an empty plot of lands, he has those as well. And he also has an old tower in the Star Metal Hills. Based on what he written there, it's Star Metal Hills is a location that's been the spot of several meteor showers. Apparently, an excellent stargazing location. But it's a tower, 3 stories with a roof. This kind of a side building attached to it.
Okay, so the cottage was in.
You have a small cottage outside of.
Can I ask him? Why is there a question mark beside the cottage location?
Oh, I'm just not sure if it comes with the orchard.
So it might, but it might also not.
It might or might not. I don't have the full details on all locations. Just they're work in progresses, but you're free to take one.
And okay, so and the abbey, like in terms, like in my head, I picture an abbey like
An old temple.
right. So that's pretty cool. Hey,
Silvery Moon is too pretentious for my taste, and not to be rude or anything, I think it might.
for the abbey or for the cottage?
Just Silvery Moon in general. I don't think that's your kind of place.
Really, but I feel like an abbey sounds really.
Shh. Well, you're free to take any one of these locations. I can provide or a home in any of the major cities.
What do you guys think about that?
The abbey does sound cool.
Does sound cool, right? I mean, I knew you were
Sounds
gonna be
pretty
in
cool.
for an abbey, right? I think
Sounds
I want the
pretty cool.
abbey. How big is the land of the abbey? Comes with like
Yeah, what's the plot?
some space around to like add things, or does it seem like it's like a public location around? And it's like,
No, it's got some space around if you want to expand on it a bit. There's some space available.
And is there like holes on the roof, or is it like habitable?
It probably needs some patchwork on the roof, but fairly habitable. Habitable?
How many rooms?
Yeah. How many rooms?
Let me see if I have any information. He kind of starts scouring through some more paperwork. He says, last I heard, I think this is accurate. Apparently it's got the large open lobby area where the worshippers used to come, with a nice altar in the front and some pillars. I think it comes with 4 rooms, 2 on either side.
That's pretty cool.
If you're looking for...
Are you saying it's one room?
It's one large congregational area with 4 rooms adjoining to it.
Four
Private
rooms,
rooms.
okay.
You can install doors if you want. This is your... But if you're looking for the most rooms, probably the Abbey is going to give the most for your dollar.
Which
But
one?
it's free.
The abbey?
Yes, the Abbey. The homes generally have 2 to 3 rooms.
I mean, I'm really down for it, guys.
The could be expanded upon and give you some rooms in the Star Metal Hills. The warehouse in Yartar. You can put up walls and as many rooms as you want.
Be like a loft.
It could be whatever you want.
open concept.
Exposed concrete and
So
piping.
is this abbey in the town? Is it populated, people going by all the time, or is it kind of out of the way? We'd have privacy.
Well, it's sort of out of the way. Silvery Moon is a very tranquil place. It's
So it's a safe place.
it's quite safe. It's called the Gem of the North for a reason. It's a beautiful, tranquil city with trees and gardens, and everyone just lives in harmony with the buildings and the bridges and sculptures. It's a sort of enlightening place. There's a lot of temples and shrines, and schools for art and magic.
Do you know if it's any close or any far? Do you? I don't know. I'm just thinking out of any chances. Do you know if it's any close to the Emerald Hills?
I'm not sure I've heard of the Emerald
By the
Estate.
Green- How far is it from the Green Lake?
I don't know of a green lake. Are you talking about a marsh?
Maybe.
Well, there's the Evermoors.
I mean, I know there's. She has it.
Ah, the Silverwood, yeah. I know the Silverwood. The Silvery Moon is next to the Silverwood.
Right. So you don't know about the Emerald Lake or
I don't. Not to be.
the
I do
Emerald
not.
Estate?
But Silvery Moon, a great place to live.
I
It's
want that.
a very tourist attraction, I would say. Very awe-inspiring. A lot of song and music there. Bards
Oh, that's
love
so
to tell
amazing.
about
Okay,
Silvery Moon.
I'm just gonna take that place. I'm not gonna ask a second time. Cordion said it was cool. Wolverine said, ask how many rooms.
Sounds like a beautiful place. I don't know if I should feel insulted that he said
No,
it's
don't.
not.
no.
It's not our kind of.
Well,
It's perfect.
I just.
We're so happy to
I didn't
be
mean
here.
anything wrong about it. Mean about that. I just meant you're the adventuring type. Think Silvery Moon would be your cup of tea?
But I mean, it's weird that you're trying
but you know
to
what?
make us
No.
fun.
The awe-inspiring temples there will help you have some inspiration on how to build your temple of sorts.
I mean, we have a very faithful man with us, and he needs a peaceful area.
I need to connect, commune with my god.
Right. And we, hey, in our new temple, create you like an altar of some sort.
Hmm.
Look at that. Okay, sold. I mean, gifted. Given.
I think it's also a good idea.
Given.
Give it. I think it's a good idea too because it's in a quiet, unassuming place. You know, nobody's gonna
Yes.
expect a bunch of giant relics to be there.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
It is a very safe place. It's still under the control of the Lord Alliance. Quite. They have a good protection.
That's
Sounds
that's
good.
that's perfect. You know, that's just what we need. And I mean, yeah, let's just seal the deal. Is it too easy? Should we
He nods and says, "Well, a promise is a promise. If this is not what you want, then the Abbey and Silvery Moon it shall be." And he takes out a piece of paper. Sign here, 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 not here, 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 here.
Should I sign, or you guys want? I mean, no. I mean, I'll sign, right? It's like I should sign.
Maybe Lucius should sign.
No, I'll sign. I sign right away.
Lucius nodded. Okay. So you grab a pen and sign the paperwork. He says, "Very good. I'll deliver this. I'll have it delivered to Silvery Moon, to my contact there, and the establishment is yours. If you're looking for some help fixing up the place, look for a man, a good friend of mine in Silvery Moon. His name is Mardam Stonefury. He's a very temperamental dwarf, but he's a great architect, and could help you if you need that sort of work done on your place."
Yeah, for sure. So Mardam sword.
Give or take a few constants, Mardam Stonefury.
Oh.
Well, it's great doing business with you. I hope that pays you back for saving my life, saving my livelihood. I'm sure you're going to enjoy your time.
You know what?
It's a great place. And I take back what I said about it not being your cup of tea. You will fit right in.
Did it become British suddenly?
You had the accent the whole time.
You know what? This is the best deal we've had in a really long time.
Well, I'm glad I could have
And
done it for you.
Perhaps someday we'll do business with you again.
Perhaps. Send your friends to me and your friends' friends. And any,
Do you have business cards?
yes! And he kind of fumbles around his stacks. He pushes over a stack of paper to just reach over to a little stack of cards. And he picks one off the top, and that stack falls over. And he hands it over to you. Just a little card. It's just... It's die cut into the shape of a house. And it says, House on the Hill, Roderick Hilltopple, Belliard.
Yeah, just one.
And on the back is like a mailing address, because I have
Hey, you know, you're a Hilltopple, I'm a Win. Do you think we're cousins?
I'm not sure. Were you hitting on me earlier? I couldn't tell. If you're hitting on me, then we're definitely not cousins. So, no. And then maybe
I mean, I don't remember. This is
I know, you were-
just how
you
I
were
am with
inviting me to
everyone.
go get Talk to me.
Oh yeah, I mean, this was just like as a way. Thank you for.
Oh no, but I was thanking you for saving my... anyways, I have some work to do if there's nothing else that you need. It was great seeing you again. I hope we don't have to see each other again in bad circumstances. Thank you so much for saving me and my pig, and enjoy your Abbey and Silvery Moon.
Voila! Do you have the key or something?
No, it's open.
Just
It's just open. If you want to install locks, talk to Martin Stone Fury.
okay, we'll do that. It's on my to-do list
All
from now on.
All right. In the meanwhile, unless Courtyard or Warbane, you want to do anything else with Roderick Hilltopple?
So I was under the assumption that we were coming to Belliard to get a place here. And
I can
now
provide. If you want a
we
home
have
here, I
to-
have
Oh
a
no,
house.
I'm talking to like Zaya and
Oh, okay.
Oh, so we're walking out, right?
yeah.
You just shout, I have a here place it.
And Lucius was already angry that we had to come here. Now we have to go somewhere else.
I mean, it's where we're heading anyway.
Eh.
It doesn't know what Lucius thinks. I mean, you know, we're gonna have fun in Belliard and then we'll go to Silvery Moon.
Let's hope it works out like that.
I mean, okay, you want to come up with a plan? Like we put Lucius asleep for 48 hours, we head to...
Knock him out.
Because, you know, I'm totally down for that too. Purchase whatever we need right now.
We need to stay here anyways. Rogadar has a thing being made.
Well then... That's a bummer. Oh, so, hey, Lucius doesn't have to know that... We have to tell him.
You cut out there. Lucius doesn't have to know what?
That the place is not in Belliard. I mean, we can just not tell him that it's not here until we have to.
Okay, you do that.
Like, we'll just say that the place is, like, not ready, and that we'll get it in a couple days. And when Rogadar's ready, then we put Lucius to sleep, we just drive to Silvermoon quick, and we wake him up when we're there.
How are we putting him to sleep?
I'll
Do you have-
find
Do
something.
you have a spell? Do you have a potion?
I mean, I might have a potion. I have a potion of VOI, something invisible afterwards. But, I mean, I can probably find something in town. I mean, there's a lot of, like, I'm sure that between small people we can get something. I can find something. I mean, do you actually want me to find something? I mean, I'm totally down.
Well, just kind of based on your knowledge of the map, it's not a 48-hour flight to Silvery Moon. It's gonna take quite a few more days than that.
Okay, well, I mean, I can
You
get
can
5
knock him out
It's fine.
He just loses like a week of his life. Whoa!
I can do it, though. I mean,
In-
it would be so good for him not to worry and sigh for 5 days.
In the meantime, as you guys are discussing how to break the news to Lucius, Lucius, you find your way to the Watchful Knights. You spot Rogadar in the distance, who seems to be examining some flowers in a pot, doing his thing. Just examining everything.
Yes, I'm used to Rogadar's behavior by now. I make my way into the inn, and I find the little innkeeper.
Yeah, he almost scooches into you, but he nimbly dodges around on stilts and pirouettes, and then continues past you.
I say, "Excuse me a moment."
Begins to stop. Yes.
Can you direct me to any of your patrons who happen to be just passing through? Travelers, perhaps, who have just come from Jundar Pass.
He kind of just does a kind of quick head count. He says, "That one in the back corner. I think he came from Everland." And he scoots off.
Thank you. I head over to that table.
Sure.
Say,
See what appears to be a hooded figure sitting in the corner to himself, and with the hood pulled up.
sitting by himself.
By himself, like in the corner, just drinking with his hood down.
I kind of walk over. I say, "Pardon the intrusion. My name is Lucius, and I hear that you've come from Everland."
He doesn't say anything. He just continues drinking his.
I say, "I would wonder if you would answer just a couple of questions for me."
Sorry. He just says, under his kind of just really quietly and soft. He says, "What is it?"
I've heard rumors of fire giants wandering the lands to the northeast of here, carrying some strange objects. I'm wondering if you had seen anything like that in your travels.
Without looking up, with his hood still covered down, he says, "Yes, I have. I've seen some."
Tell me, or what can you tell me of the landmarks between here and Everland?
Well, you head north and up Jundar's Pass. You pass through a small little town called Calling Horns. It's not very memorable. But from there to Everlund is the Evermore Way. You have the Evermores to the north where fog billows and no one ever goes. Because if you go into Evermores, you never come back. But a few fire giants have been seen in the area of Evermore, carrying these rods. They say they're trying to rebuild Vinendad. Just give me 1 second here. Let me just grab the.
What was that last word one more time?
Yeah, let me just confirm the word. I'm just going based on memory. It's called. He says they're trying to rebuild. He says, "I hear they're trying to rebuild the Vinendad. The Vanendad. Let me just spell it out for you, friend." And he suddenly becomes jovial and says, "Hi!"
Writes it on a napkin.
Yeah, he kind of just...
Oh, sweet, I guessed it right. Cool. I say, and what is that?
Well, make a history check. Maybe you know.
Probably not, but sure, I'll give it a go. Oh, actually, that's probably my highest history check ever.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
sure. Lucius -2, intelligence is good, but Rogar's +2 is horrible.
You've heard of the Vanendad just in passing into research as a Zentarum agent. The Zentarum, at some point in history, have tried to do the same, to essentially rebuild the Vanendad. You don't know too much, but you know that in the language of the giants, the Vanendad means Titan of Death. And it was this massive Titan that was created during the ancient wars between the giants and dragons, and it essentially is a dragon slaying
Sorry, a dragon what?
a dragon slaying colossus.
Oh, okay.
The stranger just says, as you ask that, but then you kind of remember he just says he doesn't know what the Von and Dot is. Just rumors.
So, okay, hold on. They're trying to rebuild the Von and Dod.
Yeah.
But, so are Titans, like, just general knowledge question, are Titans, like, constructs? They're
It's a
not
construct.
creatures.
Yeah, it's a construct. It's a giant colossus construct that was built.
Right. Said, well, why would they need to be searching to rebuild something? Are they looking for the remains?
I don't know what the Von and Dot is. And so, just from your general knowledge, major war, the era that ended the war between giants and dragons, it was dismantled and just scattered throughout the lands. It was a powerful, very powerful tool, and it was no longer needed or required. It was too dangerous to be kept, so they dismantled it and spread it.
So, you said the Zentarum had tried to do the same thing before.
Well, just like in your history readings.
Yeah, like, to like somehow gain control of it, to use it themselves,
exactly.
kind of thing?
Exactly, yeah.
Sorry, just taking notes.
Yep.
I say, thank you for your time, and I slap a gold piece down on the table.
As you slap it down, he kind of looks at it, and he pulls back his hood just a bit, just so he can see your face. It's another drow elf, similar to kind of your same attire. He just looks at you, puts his head back down, and scoops up the golds,
Okay.
and goes back to drinking.
And then I will, that's all the information I was looking for, so I will head in the direction I figure the party went.
Sure. Rogadar, at which point, as you're kind of just scouring, walking around town, just taking the sights, making a stop at the stone bridge to admire its stonework.
Of course, I even walk out on it a bit to see what it's like.
Yeah, you walk out, and again, it's about 20 feet across. Carts are making their way across them. There's enough that carts can make, a single cross each other. But it's quite, as you kind of go further out, it becomes quite narrow as you look over the edge, and there's nothing stopping you from being blown off this bridge. It's quite a feeling. It's something special. You head back towards town after taking some sights, and the smithy. She's coming running around town looking for. Excuse me, sir. Your mask is done. It didn't take as long as I thought it was going.
Ah, perfect.
Let's just try it on for size.
Wait, does she has it with her?
Oh, well, she kind of ushers you towards the.
Oh, okay.
Are you heading towards?
On the street.
Where are you? She leads you back towards her establishments, and let's go see how well her handiwork are.
Oh no. That's a laugh, an evil DM laugh.
You guys go back, and she's like, "All right. Now, just to be fair, I've never worked with Dragonborn. Let's just put that out there. But I think I've managed the first time." She takes the mask out, and she obviously has altered the nose area to fit your dragon snout and your brow and your. She places it on your head and the straps and you kind of fit it. I'd say it's like a really bad pair of glasses. Slides a little bit. It sits better than it was before, but a piece of metal is digging into your scale a little bit. It's not well done. It's very, very well done. Like it you move your head a bit and it stays, but sometimes it kind of almost stays in place and then shifts back into the middle of your face, and you have to keep moving your eyebrows to keep it up. It's weird. Like, it's just not well. It's terrible. It's a natural one, not well done.
Oh my goodness. you I'm sort of shaking my head around a bit.
How does it
I'm
feel?
moving it. Well, there's a few spots that need some adjustments. I sort of lean down, I point at the metal that's sticking in my head. I'm like, right there.
She kind of reaches out and she just bends the piece a little bit back. There, that should do it. I think it looks great.
How about I put an extra 2 gold in, and you work through the night, plus the other 4 I'll pay you at the end, and you sort of work on it a bit more.
Oh, you staying in town? If you want me to, I can make some final adjustments. If you
Yeah,
wish.
we'll stay the night.
Very well. I'll never say no to 2 more gold. And you've worked with her for the next 15 minutes or so, so you just help her identify the locations that are wrong.
Oh, I spend like an hour with her making sure she gets them all right.
She's working on it, and she takes a lot of detailed notes. So you guys all kind of make your way back to work. Everyone. You guys stare at each other awkwardly in silence.
Oh.
Guys, okay.
It's the mask.
There's Lucius.
So wait, okay, so we meet each other on the road, or?
Are you leaving in Lucius? Where did you say you guys?
Well, I was heading towards...
Sure. So you guys meet up in the center of town with a giant well.
Guys, there's Lucius. Run!
Do I see them run?
Do you run off? I don't run off, but do you run off?
I mean,
I'm
you're
left
not
looking
running.
kind of
I mean,
foolish.
are we actually gonna talk to him right now?
Did Zaya run? That's what I need to know.
I start running, and then if no going, I'll stop.
Okay, if I see her start running, I immediately want to make an insight check to see if she's up to no good.
Sure. Make one.
You should just Eldritch Blast her.
This is 0.
Just Zaya being Zaya.
I just assume she's always up to no good.
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh, okay. I stop running, and I'm like, guys, what's the plan? We don't.
What's up? Where are you going?
I mean, what are we gonna tell Lucius?
I
don't know what
approach-
You're gonna tell him. Push you.
Well-
push you forward.
How did the land negotiations go?
Great! It's all done, and problem solved, and you'll be happy with the result.
We have an abbey.
We have an Abby! Cheers!
So then, oh, perfect. Something is... So it's not just land we got then, we got an actual
We
house.
got a roof?
One with a
Abbey
good
sounds
lock,
interesting.
I presume.
Oh yeah, apparently
Well,
it has
we
a
have
good
to buy a
lock.
lot.
Can we drop the stuff off at the Abbey now then?
Yes, but not today, because we have to stay at the... That's the plan.
Oh yeah, it's not here.
I know it's not far, but I mean, it's gonna need a little bit of walk to get there, so maybe perhaps rest first and then take off tomorrow, so that we can get there betterly, you know?
Well, I have to pick up my mask in the morning. I'm sort of getting some work done on it.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, let's stay at the inn, and then we can head off, rest fully, and go get our Abby.
And a night off that airship will be nice.
Yes.
As you say that, the gnome comes scooching by. Did you say you're staying the night? It's gonna be 1 gold piece for everyone thrown in the pot!
Wait, I thought we were in the center of town.
Alright, sorry.
This is why he's so busy.
The gnome just runs to the center of town.
He services
That
the
was-
whole town.
That was the funniest
He's so
image
busy.
in my mind right
I
now.
was thinking
It's
no
happening,
wonder.
guys. It's He's running up to grab some more supplies. He's running out of fish and potatoes and huge guys. Stops in the dust. just throw your gold in the pot.
What room should we take?
He just runs off.
What?
He doesn't even catch that as he runs back towards his inn. DMing 101. Remember where your players are.
So, yeah, so let's go celebrate and have supper at the inn. And
Well-
we got an Abby.
It's not that late. We've only been here for like half a day. Why don't we just go to the house, drop off the things, and then if we must save the night, we can take off first thing in the morning and not
Well,
waste
I
any
mean-
more time.
It's gonna take a little longer than an hour or two. So maybe like we should just like wait until tomorrow to get there. Because I mean, like after all, we're here to discover.
Well, then why don't
what
we
Bel-
just hop in the airship? It'll take us a few minutes to get there.
Because walking to the airship and then getting on and tell Josephine and blah blah, it's gonna take too long. I say
We can just
let's
sleep in
go
the
have
airship
food.
and pick up the mask tomorrow
Can-
morning.
Lucius,
Would
it's
I make an inside check on Zaya?
It's
Sure.
been so
Because
long
she's
since-
really deflecting now.
It's been so long since I formed
You expect
the
some
inn.
deflecting.
You know, I really want to just go and make some coins at the end. Is that too much to ask?
Nope. Zaya being Zaya. Yep.
I can
That's
I can
normal.
see where you're coming from. I could take a day off the.
Right,
Yeah,
Cortion?
sure.
And you want to see me. Right? You want to see Francis? You want to see hopping
cut out.
around?
You cut out, but I assume you said perform, and I
Yes.
I nod. I do.
Yes.
Okay, Lucius lets out a very Lucius sigh and then says, "Let me put it in a way that might be more impactful to you. Every hour that we waste here in this dinky little cattle town is another possible giant attack in which hundreds of people die.
Let's put it this way. I'll give you 10% of the cash I make per.
What on earth makes you think, after this long traveling together, that I care about cash?
Zaya being Zaya. I mean, you'll be interested once you start cashing out.
10% of those big returns.
I mean, Wolverine, you want to see.
Well, we have to wait. We have to wait for Rogadar's mask, and
Yeah, on
definitely
top of everything.
a sleep that's not on the ship sounds mighty fine to me.
And you want to see me perform, and you just.
Yes, perform.
Fine,
Yeah.
we'll stay the night, and then first thing in the morning, we'll swing by the
We'll
house
head
to
to the
drop
avenue.
off
We'll
drop
just
off the
swing-
artifacts.
Okay.
Swing around the corner. That's
Sounds
the
good.
plan.
Can
Yeah,
we
we'll
at
just
least
swing
can we at
around.
least
Hop,
send
skip, and a
somebody?
jump.
Can we at least send somebody on ahead to install a lock?
I mean, how do you know there's no lock? I think there's a
Wolverbane
lock.
literally
I
just
just
that
said
there's
this.
no
We had to
lock.
buy a lock.
I mean,
Well, if it's not, if it's
sure,
not
I'll
now,
take care of it. I'll go find someone, Lucius. Roderick told me about someone who can take locks.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah. I know the guy, so don't worry. I'll take care of
There's
it.
a guy. There's a guy.
Yeah.
Got a lock guy.
So then
Yeah.
he'll have it ready by the morning. We can
That's
drop
right.
off the things and go.
Yes, exactly. That's the plan A.
Very well.
Of course, Wolverine, are you coming with me? To get the lock?
To get the lock? Yeah.
Yeah! Cartier, are you coming too?
For
Curse
the
these
lock?
low insight rolls.
Yeah. There you go.
If we're all going, I'll come with you.
Oh, come, Roganar! For the party of locks!
But we need someone to go get a room. Lucius, I think you probably
Oh,
would pick out
yeah.
the finest room for everybody
That's right.
at the inn.
I definitely like squint suspiciously at like such a statement, but I'm gonna consider this insight roll as like ongoing. So
I
I
mean,
it's a-
you're inside.
no, I mean I like kind of like that's really weird of you to say, but anyways.
That feels.
I say, very well, I will secure us rooms for the evening.
All right.
So,
I'll
should
meet
we
you
get a
back at
gold
the inn.
lock or a silver lock, or should we get a?
How about a material that isn't easily broken?
Yeah.
The knocks, the lock.
Paper lock.
All right. So Lucius heads off to the Watchful Knights, and 4 of you head off to find a lock.
No, we're actually not going to do that, right? I mean,
Oh,
We do need a lock eventually.
okay, so you actually want to buy a lock? That's all we do today? We just buy it?
No, we're gonna
Well-
call somebody. Call somebody. Yeah. We
Do-
didn't
do-
really plan
doesn't there need to
Call
be
somebody. Pick up the
Call-
telephone.
doesn't there need to be like a doorknob fitted or
Yeah, well, I
Something.
agree. We can just.
we need to
simply
see
buy it.
the door before we can buy a lock.
Get your boy.
No, but apparently the door doesn't have a lock. You can just buy any lock, and it will work.
Marvin.
mean-
Question:
Plus,
Are you saying this out loud with Vogadar there right now?
Yeah.
So we aren't, but we are going to buy a lock, and we don't know what the door looks like.
Yeah.
There's a door. Do
So
we know
Okay.
there's a door?
listen,
So-
Rogar,
Here's the
please
story.
keep this for yourself. But the house is a little far from Belliard. Not too
So
far.
like, maybe half a day flight or something.
Yeah.
It might be a week
a
away.
little longer.
Oh,
But I mean, it's close from the Nether Mountain, which is a place you're interested in, right?
well, we're going by there. Why don't we
Yeah.
just hit it on the way then?
See, it's not a
Right?
big deal, right?
It's no big deal, right? It's all good. We're happy, right? I need to go.
I mean,
It's all
we
good.
kind of wasted a day, but you know.
Well, you wanted to get your stupid mask done.
Well, that could have been done anywhere.
Well, actually,
Oh.
we needed to come here to get the property somewhere else.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I don't think that's too bad.
It's not too bad.
Lucius
Provided that the next two artifacts aren't massive and we can't actually fit them on the ship.
That's right. So we'll just go tomorrow.
We could head straight there and then skip the other two artifacts. And just go straight up, like skip grandfather tree, skip the stone stand. From here we go straight to
No,
it's
no,
in
no.
silver. It's
I
in
mean,
silver.
it's just a
and then
small
straight up
detour.
to one stone.
We might as well hit one of them at least. Then if we can't carry anything else, we can skip the next one.
Oh, so you mean like, let's say from where we are,
Go to grandfather
Understand?
tree.
and then we go to our house in Silver Moon, and then we go to Stone Stack. So it's not like that much.
Yeah, and we have to make 2 stops.
Yeah.
There
Plus,
anyway.
if it's like 2 magic items, it's not even gonna take up space.
So why were you lying to us before?
I
Wasn't
was
that
not
an
lying
extremely
to.
easy explanation?
I mean, I wasn't purposely lying to you. You were just not there when it.
Well, to be fair, you are of much nicer
disposition.
disposition, constitution,
Mm.
more you know
We
it.
knew you were gonna be on boat.
Your kind soul.
I mean, an Abby sounds pretty
Zaya
awesome.
wanted to
So-
somehow make Lucius fall asleep for a week while we travel there, and then he wakes up and be like, "Oh, next day, oh, we're here."
Yeah, because I'm really afraid that he's gonna be sighing in my ears about how far the state is
Yeah,
and
this
how
sigh-
much time we wasted.
The sigh is going to be heard across the world.
It's gonna push us.
You just have to learn to sort of tune out that sigh.
His eyes rolling are gonna orbit.
We should tell him. We should tell him to like fly towards the back of the ship. Go faster towards this.
The sigh zone.
Rogadar, do you have
Okay,
any
okay.
ideas on how to make Lucius unconscious for the trip to Silvery Moon?
I don't want anything to do with this.
Korchion, you're like a magic death cleric. You should be able to, like, I don't know,
I mean,
make
if we
someone
kill-
dead temporarily.
If
I
we kill
understand
him,
death so much, I
Korchion.
don't want Lucius to kill me when he wakes up. It's what day? And he's like, everyone.
No, simple fix. We just the calendar. We just don't mark off all the days on the ship's calendar.
Forever.
What if we convince Lucius that the house is not ready and we go to grandfather and then we say, oops, it's in Silvery Moon actually.
Well, why don't we just say, so as we were actually discussing where this abbey was with the locksmith, turns out it's in Silvery Moon, and we'll hit it on our way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what?
we could just
And
tell him.
Lucius will understand since Zai was one who planned this. Sorry, Zai, no offense. That maybe she missed some details.
Yeah, that we could just say it wasn't. We didn't get the detail of the location when we were given all the places to choose. It was assumed that they were all in Belliard until after we signed the lease. And too late. We have nothing. We have no way to go back on it. Signatures on the paper. Then he's like, "Oh, it's in Silver Moon," and we're like,
thought
"We're
it
gonna
was
kill you
Silvery
now."
Moon. We can say we thought Silvery Moon was the road, not the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
We could say something like,
We thought it was
Thought-
on
we thought he said-
Silvery Moon Avenue.
yeah, studies. Exactly.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
And I vote to not be in the room when you tell him.
Yeah. This is all you, Zaya.
This
You
is
got-
Zai,
you
it's
got
all
it.
you. You got this one.
I mean, Wolverine, you got my back, right?
You have my moral support.
But what if he kills me and you guys are not there to revive.
Yeah, but that's where Cortion comes in.
I got your back. Got your back, girl.
All right. So with that vague plan in mind, Lucius,
We
you're
buy a lock.
Yeah, I want to go
Oh,
to
right.
like a
So I
cheap
saw the lock.
general trinket store that doesn't have actual.
Wait, didn't we decide we have to see the door before we buy the lock?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna buy a lock just to back my up so Lucius doesn't actually,
Oh.
you know.
make an investigation check. Lucius, you head
Is it
back
gonna be
towards the
made of silver or
watchful
gold?
night. Looking, I guess, to secure the rooms.
Yes.
All right. So as you get inside, the gnome also just manages to get back inside. He's carrying like a brown paper bag of more groceries on his stilts, and you spot the the clay pot behind the counter where you see him toss a few coins inside of it.
Just as he goes by, I say, it was 1 gold per person a night.
Yes, yes.
I toss 5 gold pieces in the pot.
All right. Clambers in there.
Say, we'll be taking 5 rooms.
All right, I have 6 left. Just take whatever you want. Right, perfect. Rooms are secured. Zaya, you spend some time with these guys to look for a lock. You don't find particular like a doorknob lock. You find like in a small general store, in some corner, you find like an old lock and key. One of those lock.
Okay, that's perfect.
We call those locks.
Like a
Lock.
lock. Like a
I guess
lock.
a lock.
What's
Padlock?
Padlock, yeah.
Uh,
Padlock. But it's missing the key.
It's okay. It doesn't matter anyways. I want cheap price for that.
Sure. Yeah.
Is it locked or is it opened?
It's already locked.
Perfect.
It's a lot.
Can I put my arm
Thieves' tools set.
Take it
Here
out?
we go.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
so I can carry it like a purse?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
that's
quite heavy though.
I would like to attempt to unlock it after we purchased.
Sure. Yeah, you guys purchased it for about 5 silver pieces.
Okay. Guys, who wants to pay? Okay, I'll pay. I pay 5 silver pieces.
And
Alright.
Zaya, you know how you have all that random stuff in your...
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's so rusted. And
Should we sell some of that stuff? I mean, it's just... Almost...
Okay. Sure. What do you want to sell? The hag hand?
No, like all those... You've been picking up random things from all these different places.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So,
Do you need me to inspect anything before you sell it?
sure.
We got a troll arm. Do you want to see that?
I was joking because the last thing I inspected of yours I threw away.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
The troll arm's still alive. Do you want to see
can
it?
Toss it anywhere. But hey, I have this flower pot. But I mean, we could put that flower pot in our new place. But I also have a.
So if you guys want to sell like your random goods that
Oh, yeah. I see
monetary
rid of
value, just feel free to. We can say that for the purposes of just game that you spend some time going through the towns and selling those goods to various markets, individuals for the value.
What if I don't know the value?
Then I'm sorry. I should have written it down when I told you. Just give me a list another time. Give me a list of the stuff you.
I have stuff from all the way back in Phandalin that you never told us the value.
I always gave you the price.
I want to play this out like a episode of Pawn Stars.
But I should have all the prices for everything. You have some missing, you can sell it once you get to another town. Or we can just assume you've sold it at some point, like in Waterdeep. You can just retcon the value. All right. So with the lock, with an old rusted lock that is tightly locked in your possession, and some room secured at the watchful night. Is there anything else you guys want to do before the night, as you guys head back to the inn?
So are we doing that make him fall asleep plan?
I
For
mean,
a week?
should we go look for
Well, it'll
something?
probably only take, I don't know, 3 days.
I mean, are we going to Grandfather 3? Or
Like,
are
I could
we-
always just, like, hit him over the head really hard, but he's not looking.
I think we should just continue as planned and go to Grandfather 3 next.
Just meta. If you knock me unconscious, I wake up within D4 hours.
Yeah.
And then I hit him again.
He's not going again.
You won't be there every 4 hours to hit me over the head.
Rogue and I will take over.
That's right.
Or guys, here's an idea. Cortion.
I don't want any part of this.
Cortia.
Weird plan you got.
You're in on this.
Cordial, you're part
how-
of Glitter Let's Go.
I'm not part of
what
any
is-
weird conspiracy.
Cortion, what is the limit on resurrection for someone who's died?
No.
This is like Central. You know the movie Central Intelligence. Wolverine is The Rock and Cordion is Kevin Hart right now. It's like you're in. It's like no, I'm out.
No.
It's like you got. It's like unlimited time, right? I could kill him, and then you resurrect him when we get there, and he'll be none the wiser, right? You're not conscious. You're not. You don't. Your soul doesn't know what's going on when you're dead,
I
right?
just look up into the sky and I say, no, not right now, not another. We don't.
And a voice
He'll be a fascinating addition to your book.
a voice just fills your mind, Cortia, and it says, "I'm so sorry." Just a little bit longer.
Okay, so how about I try to tell him, and if it goes bad, Wolverine will call that Plan B.
I vote we don't call that even a plan.
All right.
It seems
I mean-
it would do more harm than good.
Okay.
So
From my experience, just telling him the truth
Okay, well then
and
we
that
need
we
to
messed
draw,
up a bit is
we
going
need
to
to
be
draw
fine.
straws on who has to tell him.
Okay. Yes, let's do that.
Fine.
I draw a straw.
Cordion, you're
What
getting
do
a
we
straw
roll?
too.
I draw a straw.
Someone roll a d4.
D4.
One of
I mean, we should roll
No,
more
doesn't
than.
the DM roll for a number and then or give us a number?
Yes, Susan?
Or we
I
all
roll
sign
Lucius
are the
gets to
numbers.
roll because he's the one who's going to be told this stuff.
No.
This
So
for
it's like
The DM
in
can
order
just roll
in
it.
order of
There's 1,000 ways to do this.
left to right. I'm
Wolverine, Vogadar,
Vogadar,
Zaya,
two,
Cortion.
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
DM roll a d4 and
I
find
will
out.
roll a d4 for you guys.
Okay.
So here's the straws, guys. Short straw has to tell them.
Okay, I pull one and.
I can't hear you.
Cut out.
You cut out.
Cortion!
I'm surprised no one did pull the smaller one, but it's too late.
Isn't it you don't want the smaller one? The smaller one.
Or
Don't
the-
want
I'm sorry, that's just,
short stick gets it.
Corton, you pull out the smallest.
Oh,
And again, a voice fills your mind. I am very, very sorry.
you couldn't do anything, huh?
I just need to see how this plays out.
Well, Cortion, looks like you are part of the plan.
I think your god has a sense of humor.
You know, if you need moral support, I'll be there if you want.
I won't be there.
And I'm gonna be behind Lucius and just give me the signal and I'll if it just goes badly,
No, I think I need to do this, guys. I think I
Alone?
need to. No.
Do
I
you
just
want
think
my moral
I need to make
support?
sure that it doesn't go off the rails. So I'll take lead on this.
Do you want me to come though or no?
Yeah, no, I want you to
Yeah,
be there.
okay. I actually want to see how this turns out. I'm
Because I just don't want you to
curious.
open the door and I'm a vaporized pile of bones.
Okay, but I'll make sure to carry the lock.
I hope
Full
you have
sight.
you have very high charisma.
All right, so spend some time to go out there shopping, selling, buying. You guys head back towards the Watchful Inn where Lucius has now. It's been waiting for you guys, I presume. We'll say it's it's getting kind of the dinner time area. Lucius, were you doing anything while these guys were out gallivanting?
I mean, we don't need to roleplay it all out, but if the drow is still there, I might just join him at the table if he's willing to talk, and just sort of ask him about how he ended up on the surface and just kind of small
Sure.
talk.
Yeah, he recognized he's still there. He's waiting for the sun to set. Just kind of to keep it to himself. But yeah, he oddly accepts your company, knowing that you, having spot that you also are a drow. Kind of warms up a little bit to you, and he's got
We exchanged stories of how he came to live on the surface.
he's got a long tail of the Underdark. Yeah.
And once I see my companions enter, I will, thank him for his time and get up and join them.
All right. In fact, you do see your companions come in, actually, but not your companions, Wolverbane, Rogadar, and Zaya. You see bursting to the door is a wild-eyed, crazy-looking female named Zalthia. Zalthia, and she starts screaming, foaming at the mouth. She's like, "Where do you keep the horse meat?" And she just dives into the kitchen. In behind her comes Geralt, like, Zalthia! Comes running after her. Ms. Roth comes walking in, Delphine, and she's just like, "Oh my goodness." Laz comes walking in and says, "Oh, this is a nice establishment. Sorry, Delphine, I'm gonna try to get Zalthia out of here." And he goes running after her. You see your crew members have all run into the watchful knights to obviously take a break from the ship as well. You guys weren't showing up, so they decided to peace out. Delphine sees you and she says, Captain Lucius, I apologize for Zalthia's behavior. I hope it's not too much trouble, but I told the crew we should spend some time off the ship as well, if that's okay with you. Otherwise, we'll go back to the ship at your command for the...
You're welcome to spend the night however you wish. We won't be leaving until morning. Just keep Zalthia out of trouble, please.
You hear the gnome screaming in the background. What are you doing? And she's just pots and pans everywhere, and see Troll trying to usher her out. She says, "I will do my best, Sir Captain Lucius." And they actually get her under control. They've given her some meat, but she looks unappeased. But they all kind of grab a table by themselves and are enjoying their own meal. Not too long afterwards, Wolverbane, Rogadar, Zaya, and Cortion show up. The four of you come and enter. You see Lucius in there, and you see your crew members are also hanging about.
I'm taken aback, and I'm gonna snap at all of them and wake them out of their stupor and be like, Who's watching the relics?
Delphine says, Sir Captain Cortion, we left the relics in the hands of Perella, but if you think that we need more guards there, I can send the crew back.
Do I witness this interaction? I mean, I'm just chilling. I'm waiting for them.
Yeah, you've met up with them.
So I just kind of lean over and I say, I assume the ship is in the air. Nobody's going to be able to take it.
We have the ship. Yes, the airship is in the air. She kind of lowers her. Perella is taking care of the elemental. She has a good understanding with the fire elemental.
Okay.
She'll be safe.
All right, we're good.
She's not going to burn it down.
We try not to think about those kind of things. And they go back to their enjoying shore leave of sorts, land leave. All right, so you guys all have met up, your crew, the gang.
I gather. I assume at some point people are going to be chilling for dinner or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So once we're all sort of gathered in one spot.
I mean, I don't think we're going to be gathered right away.
Well, you guys gathered at the inn.
Okay.
Yeah, I need some food.
Yeah, are you guys all around, or most of you at least?
Yeah, it's dinner time. I'm around.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you all show up.
So once we're kind of settled and just sort of relaxing, I say, well, I came across some interesting information today while you were all out and about that perhaps you'd like to hear.
Please. I enjoy a good tale with my meal.
Absolutely.
My contact in town notified me that there have been some fire giants walking around northeast of here, holding some sort of strange metal object in front of them.
Do
you know what the metal object was?
Yeah.
You mean weapons, right?
I was, from what my contact said, it did not appear to be weapons. I asked around here in the inn and discovered that the fire giants have been exploring the Evermoors.
What is the Evermoors exactly?
Well, apparently... do I know, what the landscape of the Evermoors is?
Yeah, it's kind of... It's pretty
like a
good knowledge.
swamp? Swamp?
Yeah, it's a marsh almost.
Kind of looks swampy. Oh,
yeah, it is. Let me grab some here, but yeah.
So it's a sort of a marshland to
Yeah.
the north of here.
It's a fog-shrouded hill, a cold bog with rocky ridges and small peaks. It's basically a bog. Savage.
While I have never traveled there myself, I have been told that those who wander into the Evermoors do not tend to return. The fire giants have been seen wandering around there, holding these metal rods in front of them. I suspect they're some kind of tracking device or divination rod of some kind.
I wonder what they're up to.
Well,
What are those rods?
one of the patrons that I spoke to mentioned that there are rumors that they are trying to rebuild the Vonendad. The Vonendad.
It's hard, man. I'm telling you, it's hard.
What is the Vonendad, if you know?
It's like I have read of the Vonendad in my studies with the Zentarum in the academy in my youth. It is some sort of titan. It was created during the war between the giants and the dragons. Once the war was finished, it was dismantled and scattered throughout the lands. It was specifically designed for slaying dragons.
So they're trying to
That
rebuild
doesn't
it?
sound fun.
Trying to find
Well,
the
it
pieces.
doesn't sound fun in the wrong hands.
I don't think it sounds fun in any hands.
But in our hands, could be a lot of fun.
My thoughts exactly, Wolverine. Anyway,
So,
just thought I would share that information with you.
are they leaving the Evermore, or are they just in the Evermore?
They've been spotted around the area. It's hard to say. But should we need to, capture or interrogate a fire giant, perhaps to find the location of their stronghold or their lord, it is one area where we can find them.
That's true.
Well, we have the location-ish of their stronghold.
Do we?
You have the vague,
Yeah.
vague
Oh,
directions.
yeah,
We were given
yeah.
direct.
Strongholds.
We were given like a descriptor of where
Alright.
it is.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you can never have too much information.
True.
Very true.
I think that this effort of theirs to find the pieces of the Vonendad is certainly one that merits investigation. I would certainly be interested to check it out.
We'll be passing near there, won't we? In our journeys.
Yes, but I mean, not right now.
Well, we're going to the Silverwood.
We are just...
What's in the Silverwood?
Well, we're going to
Desire State.
Grandfather 3. And yeah, we're going to Silverwood for me, for the Emerald Estate.
Wait.
Where is... Oh, Silverwood. Oh, right, yes.
Rogodar has studied maps. He knows these things now.
I hope you know the map by now, guys.
It would be interesting to do a flyover of the Evermoors on our way, and to see if we can spot any of these giants wandering around.
Well, we have Delphine here. Delphine,
She's a little sloshed at this point. Yes?
have you been drinking on the job?
She quickly takes her mug and just pours it on the ground. No! Never, for the glory of Klaus!
I hope not. Cloth would be very disappointed.
Absolutely. I'm sure he's watching me right now. For the glory of Klaus. What would you like, Captain Rogodar?
Have you ever flown over the Evermoors?
Yeah. I have a few times. Yeah. I don't like it though. It's like flying over the water. You can't see below you. So no. I don't like that kind
Well, we might be going there.
of. Okay. And then she kind of looks at the other crew, and everyone's just like, ugh. They don't want to say anything, but they want to
If
say
these
something.
giants are wandering around, searching for things in the foggy hills, Seems a good opportunity to get a jump on one of them.
Where is that?
I'm good with that.
The Evermores.
Perhaps we can glean information which will at least help us in entering or speaking with the Fire Giant Lord.
All right. Well, as the night continues on, did you get plans? Anything else you want to do?
I mean, I look at Cortion.
Yeah, we all look at Cordial.
It's like that social moment that we all know,
Yeah.
where like you're waiting for somebody to bring something up and it's not your job. It's like there's just this tension.
Yes, that's exactly.
Oh man, aren't you guys sleepy?
I kick him under the table.
Yes, but we're not going to bed just yet.
So Lucius, I like where your head's at. I like the idea of checking this place out. And DM, I'm sorry, I missed what he had said. Can you repeat really quick? So he wants to check out this.
So fire giants have been spotted around the northeast, near the Evermores, carrying this metal object that they seem to be pointing. They're searching for pieces of the Vanandad,
Okay.
a colossus.
Okay. So I say, yeah. You know what? I think that's actually a really good idea, and I think if you are willing to listen in sober, completely relaxed, the Lucius that I know, down to earth, open to everything, I think we can go to that place if you hear me out. So, the place that we...
I don't like where this is going already.
No. Trust me, it's good. And
I order another round as he I was just talking.
And I whisper to the innkeeper, stronger to...
It'll cost you another 5 silver to the extra. Okay.
But I don't get up though. Just say.
so, have you ever heard of a place called Silver Moon?
Yes, the name has come up before.
Has anybody ever tried to sell you a timeshare in Silver Moon? And I'm going to say no, you probably haven't, because this is the time to get in. The market is hot. And let me tell you, I've got an opportunity of a lifetime.
Lucius kind of like puts up his hand and says, "Are you trying to sell me property?"
No, friend, because here I've done you one better. I bought your property in Silvery Moon, and it's a fantastic hot piece of property. Schools, there's restaurants, an up-and-coming downtown. Did I say anything at the highways there?
Cordion,
Yes.
we have property here.
Yeah.
Property which I didn't even want in the first place because I spend my entire life traveling.
Yeah. The thing is it's actually it's funny because we're looking at Silver Moon and Silver Moon Avenue. We thought they were the same thing, and it turns out Silver Moon Avenue isn't a thing. It's actually the city of Silver Moon that we bought the property.
But it's great, right? Because towards there. So it's like 2 for 1. It's like jackpot.
Poor John, when did you find out this information?
We didn't take the shorter
you
straw.
don't. And I give you a glare, Wolverine. I say, Silver Moon. It's a fantastic place. Don't let this little hiccup get you.
Lucius just closes his eyes
Oh
and
my
kind of
God.
like starts
And I say,
rubbing
Here it comes.
starts rubbing his forehead with his fingers.
Lucius, it's an abbey though. It's not just a house. It's an abbey.
It's an abbey with rooms stuff.
You could even name it something cool like Downton.
Glitter locks and mounted.
I'm gonna snap at you guys because he doesn't. I don't know if he loves the idea of an abbey being of an evil sort. How he feels about the hundreds of priests that might have walked.
Lucius is literally just sitting there rubbing his forehead, listening to them ramble on.
I think I'm just gonna...
But I do agree. I think the fire giant should be our first priority, and then we get the locks on Silvery Moon Abbey. Fantastic.
I got the lock though.
We did get
The lock.
I hide the lock away, trying to make sure it doesn't realize that we don't have the key.
Yeah, so I'm like, this whole display is just going on, and Lucius is just sitting there, just rubbing his forehead. And he just says, he turns to the table behind and says, Delphine,
Yes, captains.
how long a flight is it between Everland and Silvery Moon?
And
Everland and Silvery Moon?
gesturing, and I'm saying it's short.
Yeah.
Behind his
symbol of
behind his
numbers,
back,
yeah.
I'm getting out the blunt end of my throwing axe, and I'm just like,
She's like, turns to her crew and she says, how long is it, guys, from Everload and Silvery Moon? Well, just if the winds are good, probably do half a day. A day at the most if it's bad, but like 3/4 of a day.
Yeah,
Probably
I've
half a day.
seen
Maybe
the way
about
you
a day.
fly.
I slowly lower my axe.
I turn back to the party, and I say, we were headed in that direction anyway, were we not?
Yeah, that was my point to them as well.
That's my assumption. That's what I thought.
Zaya, did you not say you had business in Silverwood?
I do have business there, and it's gonna be great business.
Your whole second half of that cut out. But
Oh, it's gonna be great business with you guys.
I've even heard that there's quite the Zentarum population in Silvery Moon.
I
And
give him
everyone
just like
keeps
I
to
quickly
themselves.
give him cut eye. Like
That's
I
just
don't
what I've
believe
heard. That's just
I
what-
don't believe that for a second. I slowly stand up from the table, and I kind of lean over it a little bit,
I already
and
dodged
I say, and I say, tell me, and I start kind of looking like across all of my party members at the table. Whose idea was it to lie to me?
It was none of ours ideas.
Vogadai looks to Zaya.
Wait, Dad, what did we lie about?
Yeah, what did we lie about? We didn't lie. None
the
of us.
original location.
Yeah, you totally
Oh,
did
what did we
lie.
say?
You concocted this whole thing about how it was just a little ways away and that we had to go in the morning, blah blah blah. There's like a whole deception around it.
Yeah.
Which
So
we didn't have
Lucius
to
is
roll
now
deception
staring.
for it.
Lucius is now no, because I rolled 0 insights, whatever. But like Lucius is now staring around the table, and he demands of you, whose idea was
I
it?
don't think it was in the. Tell
don't
you.
think-
Didn't hear a word
Didn't
of
hear
that.
any of that.
The plan was not to lie to you. The plan was just to find the best time to let you know of what we're
Fine. Whose plan was it to find the best time to let me know what the truth was?
doing. It was a group thing.
We
We
drew
are
straws and
all
everything.
agreeing on the same things.
All of you agreed to lie to me about this.
Not lying about telling you at supper time.
All of you agreed to withhold the truth from me.
That's
about
right.
this.
Well,
Hang
I
on,
found out
hang
when
on.
we went
I
to
think
pick up
it's-
a lock. That was the first I heard it.
I
Heard
think
of it.
it's a matter of we were taking a look at the what the hell is that
Properties?
document?
Indeed.
The
The
deed.
deed. And that's when we scratched a little dirt off of it and we saw it was Silvery Moon, not Silvery Moon Avenue. We didn't know until like an hour ago.
That's right. We didn't
Make
know.
it
I will
decep- make it decep-
definitely make it.
Yeah, make it- decep-
Like, can I have advantage? That was such a bad lie.
I mean,
I've been trying to.
Cortia, make your deception check. I think Lucius would get advantage. At this point, you guys are running the line pretty deep, and Lucius is already catching on to you guys.
Oh,
You get
Damn
advantage,
it.
Lucius.
Zaya, you should have inspired him.
I mean, I thought it would give him advantage the fact that I. Damn,
Well, sure, he gets advantage.
it doesn't.
I say, yeah, I mean, I already beat it anyways.
Yeah.
I say, very well. So all of you mutually agreed that the best idea was not to tell me the truth.
To tell you the truth, at supper time.
Well,
Zaya,
You see the world in
the
such black and white
paragon.
terms here.
in my defense, I didn't find out until we went to get a lock.
That's fair.
And I suggested we
I
just tell you
kicked
because it's on the
Cortion.
way.
I kick Cortion under the desk and I say, short straw.
No, the short straw doesn't mean you take every brunt of everything.
I-
Short straw just
I-
means you break the news.
I kick him, and I give him a dead serious glare. Short straw.
I
I think I should roll intimidation.
Sure, you make an intimidation check against
See if I'm
Cortia's
intimidated.
Constitution.
Constitution?
You
Oh,
weren't able to
man.
hold him against that. He's big. Now you're starting to see the size of Warbane, his true nature. You just
Who else is tired? Who else wants to?
Oh, now you're tired.
Oh, trash. Morning.
I mean, Lucius at this point has already accepted that
That we lied.
all of you, no, that all of you decided that it was the right idea, other
Lucius,
than perhaps Rogadar, because you know
yeah.
Rogadar doesn't seem to be complicit in too many things.
you guys hear from the table beside you as your crew are kind of just listening to you guys. You hear Troll just kind of whisper to Nizroth, says, "Are they breaking up?" Nizroth said, just kind of says like,
Stay together for the kids.
yes, I have no idea. These captains are weird as fuck. And Troll
just,
like,
uh,
Let's just
With
Sure.
one sort of final kind of glance across the three of you that said you were all in on it, Lucius just kind of stands up from leaning over the table and says, "Good to know," and then turns and goes to wherever the rooms are.
As he gets up, I say, "We love you too."
and you just hear Troll say, "Captain Lucius is so badass."
How does he
And,
get him?
And I'm gonna say, when he's gone, I'll say, "Okay, next time." I say we wait longer before we tell.
No, next time
No.
it's the knockout, technical knockout. Just
Guys,
Yeah,
Lay
I
a
feel
flat-
like.
have you
not
learned
doing that.
nothing from all of this?
Yeah, we
Just
should've
tell the
thought of
truth.
that.
It's so much easier.
I
I
feel
thought
like
that went
the
pretty
truth
well.
was not to tell.
I don't know, Lucius being Zentarum and all shady and everything, you think he'd appreciate a good lie and deception. But no,
The
nothing's ever
difference
good
is-
enough for him.
I'm sure
The
he
difference
does
is
if
your
he
lie
does
had
it.
no backup to it. It was just an empty lie.
No, we got the lock. We had this avenue. It was solid. I mean, he saw right through us.
The good thing is he's not mad about the house. He's mad about when we told him about the house.
You're muted.
Good way to think about it.
At least Cordion has the insight to get that.
All right. So, anything else? Is Lucius? You head towards the second floor. Where
I'm
you
just basically going to my room.
find a room and
How many
Nice.
rooms did we get? Did we get 4 rooms?
5 rooms.
Got all of you.
You guys staying up. The crew at one point help each other up and head back towards the airship as they've had enough for the night. They bid you adieu and good night and said, "Be sober when they drive." Anything else you guys want to do for the rest of the night? We're just gonna head for
I
the
think we've done enough.
All right. I think you guys done enough. All right.
Um, this is a cattle town, right?
Yeah. Lots
Houses.
of cattle.
Houses are far apart.
Yeah. There's a lot of space for cattle to move between the homes.
Okay, I only have to sleep for 4 hours.
Sure.
I am going out, and I'll GM message you something.
Okay. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick. You guys decide what you guys gonna do for the night or just gonna sleep.
So
I don't think I've got anything I want to do.
that went over well.
I mean, yeah, I think we got up pretty well.
I flick my short straw at you.
Like, to be honest, I don't think Lucius could have hated us anymore in original.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't change anything in our relationship.
I mean, I guess you guys wouldn't really. I wouldn't really know. I feel like he's just always been disappointed in me.
I mean, that's how I feel too. But I feel like I'm surprised. I thought he would be more.
You know
That's what I was worried about.
Isn't that worse though? Isn't that worse? If they're not mad, they're just disappointed.
Yep. Yep.
So you guys just gonna go sleep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So just that was well done. I'm gonna give everyone inspiration.
Ooh.
I already have inspiration. I think.
Stack it.
Yeah, I already have it.
Rad.
What if you think that?
Uh,
That was so good, guys. You guys.
Yeah, inspired.
So we go to bed.
They gotta roleplay their thing.
Oh right. Okay. So while this is happening, hey, Rogadar. Morning.
I heard Rogadar and then nothing else.
Oh, I said, hey Rogadar, what were you doing searching under mats around the town earlier today?
Well, there were a few interesting mats, so I looked under them. I don't really know why. I've never been there before. But I just was looking for my my bounty hunter collective symbol insignia.
Oh. Well, I could have helped.
Well, you were out getting us our Abbey,
I know, I was.
and I was doing this in conjunction with that.
Yeah. Well, hey, we can do that tomorrow, I guess.
No, we're leaving in the morning. I'll have plenty of time after this whole giant kerfuffle is dealt with.
All right. Sounds good.
So what were you looking for? You were looking under map?
Yeah.
What do you mean
Oh.
map?
There were a couple interesting mats, so I just looked under them.
Like
Like-
placemat? Like
Welcome mats, you know?
Like at the porch?
Yeah.
In front of doors?
alright. Is that
You
a
were-
thing? Is that a thing you do?
No, I really don't know why I did that. It just was said and it happened.
it was implied. It was you thought you saw Rogadar doing that. You know, there's preconceived notions.
Huh.
I mean, sometimes he looks at lanterns, sometimes he looks.
Yes, lanterns, those are good hiding spots.
That's where the key for this lock is!
So you guys go to bed.
I would like to try and unlock the lock again,
Sure.
in some time during the night.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it. Lucius, anything else, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I return to the inn and just wait for everybody else to wake up.
Sure. Rogadar was a little closer. You picked up some of the rust, and you can start to feel the hammers, but you still don't quite get it. Not yet.
Grr.
A little more practice. All right, so you guys go to bed, and you wake up to a pretty good day. Nice day. Spotted clouds in the sky. It's gonna be a good day, guys. All right, so you guys wake up, head downstairs. The gnome was already up and about on the stilts, running around. I presume you guys are just gonna grab the mask and go. Plan?
Food,
Anything
mask, go. That's
Alright.
me.
You guys grab some food, quickly wolf it down. Rogadar, you head towards the spithery. And she's waiting for you. She's got a big beaming grin. She's like, all right, I think I've got it this time.
Oh no.
Measurements were a little bit off, but with your help, it's gonna be perfect. Ooh, would you look at that? natural one the first time, natural 20 the second time. And
Oh
it's
my
so perfect. She places it on her head. You can see that she's reformed leather pieces and reshaped the metal. She places it in your head, and it's like you're not visible to your. It weighs nothing, almost. It just conforms to your face. Do you have horns?
Hold up. I don't have a picture of my head up
I
close.
don't think you do.
No, I don't. I don't really have horns. I just have like the frills a bit of the back.
It goes to their frills, and the mask creates this nice array of horns outward. You feel pretty badass, and it fits perfectly. Better than your armor you're wearing. It's exquisite.
I gladly pay her the 6 gold, and I give her 1 extra one for
Sure.
the brilliant job.
Well, thank you. If you have any more work that needs to be done, come back to Beliar at any time.
I shall remember this little establishment.
And she goes back to doing her work for Waterdeep. I guess do you guys all meet up in the center of town and begin heading north towards your airship, which you can see is aloft in the sky. It's kind of prepared and ready to go. It's just off to the distance where you've left. Someone's passive perception.
Oh, I have a good passive
10, 11.
18.
13.
10, 14,
18.
18?
Yeah, mine's. Sorry, that was my other characters. 14.
14.
I have 18 though.
14, 14. What was yours, Wolverbane?
11.
11, 10? Okay. As you guys are, are you guys heading out of town now? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would figure that would be
Okay.
fine.
Perfect. As you leave down the main road towards Zaya, you just pick up some gossip, some word on the streets. You just hear kind of two individuals just speak. They seemed a little. What's the word? Anxious, offsets. Your ears pick up, and you just hear one of them say, "Yeah, they found old Iron Gull dead in the field." And then she was like, "No, really? Murder here?" And they kind of just walk away as they're walking. They're walking towards one of the establishments, went towards the general store to buy some goods. So they sound highly concerned.
Hey, Marcion, psst, psst, psst. Cordion, psst.
Sorry, I didn't hear you say my name.
Oh,
Neither did I.
yeah. I think someone died in the field. I don't know if it's something you can let go, or if you have to go.
They seem like like almost like a legend of some sort. Did it happen recently? Let's go. You're right. We
It
need
seemed to just have happened.
Let's
People around worried about such event.
I agree, and I would like to walk up and talk to these two.
Okay, let's go. It's these two women right here.
So you kind of rush up behind these who seem to be on their business. They seem like the typical gossipy type women. And they're just kind of put off, startled by a pale, bald man approaching them in the rainbow hair. Just kind of look at you guys.
Can you say that again? What's with this field?
So what happened overnight?
Nothing really. Just word that someone died in one.
Is it someone important?
In one of the what? Sorry, you cut out.
In one of the cattle fields.
Cattle field.
No, just rumors, I suppose. I just heard it from my friend who heard.
Can you point us in the direction? Can I sense undead?
Undead?
Yeah, I doubt it's undead, but
Yeah, you don't have. You get no undead sense.
yeah.
She says,
Can I do an insight check so far from, or if she's actually
sure.
pretty yeah.
She's like, I'm not really sure what field. There's so many fields here. There are so many cattle fields. just Sally told Rachel, and Rachel told Emily, and we just heard that old Iron Gull's dead in his fields. You know, he was an old man though. They seem to be like gossip queens.
This name that they keep using, Iron Gull?
It's just a nickname.
Why is it Iron Gold?
I don't know. I think his last name is Iron Gull. They just called them Old Iron Gull. They look like they're just edging their way towards the store. Yes.
How far is it?
There's fields all around you, cattle fields. Cattle's everywhere.
So which area? Oh, I guess that's right.
They don't know.
Who could we ask to get more information?
They look at you like, I don't know. Perhaps the city guard. It's just we were just chatting. We don't want anything to.
And this is getting a little serious, and I'm gonna impose upon them the gravity of the situation, and say if you can't give us any information, I'm gonna make sure that the city guard understands that it's you who led us on this wild goose hunt.
Excuse me, sir. We didn't lead you on anything. Came to.
Well, if we can hear you, it's not that private, I think.
They just look at each other and just like, huh, and they just kind of walk away. They're done. They don't want you guys interrupted a conversation between them, and then blame them.
Just talking about dead people and the
Just rumors.
So is there?
It's just a rumor.
is there a
Somebody's dead in there.
Yeah.
I think they don't take us serious enough. Is there a security guard around?
I'm gonna talk to Wolverbane and Lucius and Rogadar and make sure. Do you guys have any more time? Can we just ask the city guard one question?
I'm in no rush right
Are you coming out to... So like you came out to ask us that?
Yeah.
Well, you guys were all heading north. As you guys were heading north, yeah.
Well, yeah, but then
Outside.
these two chased after these people, like
Yeah.
going to the store,
So
right?
was it to a store? I thought they were outside.
They were
Well,
still
they were
outside.
heading to the store. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna come out to you guys and just see if you don't mind if we ask the local constabulary.
No,
What is it that has you concerned?
There's
The death is
There's-
upon us.
there's the stench of death is surrounding us.
The
Is it,
stench
You
of
can
death.
smell it?
Yeah, it smells strong.
You want to go tell the local security that the stench of death is upon you.
In so many words, yes. I think it's only a duty that we impose upon ourselves as good citizens of this realm.
I'm fine spending another period of time here.
People
30
dying,
minutes.
giants attacking. I thought you people were the ones who were supposed to care about this kind of thing.
Exactly, we care. What if a giant?
30 minutes is all I ask, Lucius. If you wish, maybe you should go get the crew started and bring the airship over.
Very well, I shall do that.
Hey, it's like we.
Lucius,
What?
you are ever so helpful and I can always rely on you. Thank you.
Be quick about it, or I might command Delphine to take off without you.
Fair
In
enough.
fact, I'm thinking of doing that regardless. So be very
Just
quick
remember,
about it
we've got the
indeed.
deed.
To a house
In
that
the
I
rock. You
never
can't
wanted.
live without this.
Oh, it's good.
Lucius just turns and walks away,
You head towards airship.
as is
Lucius.
becoming his custom.
Okay. All right. So Wolverbane, are you on this investigation of
Oh, yeah.
30 minutes? Okay. There's a small, small, I guess, barracks of guards. Here, they're just dressed in normal kind of militia style armor, nothing fancy, very mercenary like. But they wander the streets, making sure everything is quiet, especially with the recent activity of hill giants. Alert. but they do seem kind of a little on edge as you approach one of the courtyard.
Okay. I'd like to approach and try to look as a disarming, not disarming, but
It's disarming.
A discerning citizen.
disarmed. I don't want to look intimidated. I know
Sure.
it's not.
Okay.
And I'd approach and I'd like to ask about. I'd like to bring to their attention the rumor of one of their citizens, Iron Gull, passed away.
He looks at you and says, you're not from around here. I haven't seen you before. Were you just passing through?
Yes, just passing through. A local property magnate, Cortiana, at your service.
A very cleric type, huh? Listen, there was a death last night, but we like to keep it on the down low. We don't want folk of Beliar to be concerned. We're trying to keep it hush-hush. I don't know what you've heard. Please, for the safety of the citizens of Beliard, keep it to yourself.
Sir, let me ask you your name.
My name? Nevik.
Nevik, let me tell you, if I've heard about it, then all of this town has probably heard about it already.
He sighs. Alright, we found a body. The cattle were swarming somebody. They're picking at something in the fields. One of the cattle farmers, went to round up his cattle and we found old Iron Gull in the fields. Some grass.
What's a kettle?
It's a cow.
Oh.
Multiple cows.
It's like
Oh.
a herd of cattle.
Oh, okay.
Would you be so kind as to point me in the direction?
Listen, it's an investigation area. We can't have citizens walking up in an investigation.
He's
I'm
no
no
citizen.
ordinary citizen. I don't like to advertise, but I'm a cleric who's seen plenty of death. I might be able to help within the investigation.
All right, make a persuasion check.
This is never good.
Can I try to inspire him as he said?
Sure.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll
Okay.
take it.
Um,
I'll take it. as well.
I'm just gonna like play my pan flute behind him, be like very like sad-ish song.
it's like he
And I'm just
Or
talking.
me.
He's like, I am a cleric that's been around death, and all here is in the background.
Well, not a happy song.
All right. Yeah. So we'll take the 18. That's fine.
Cool.
So
I mean, it's
he's-
17 plus.
he kind of looks you up and down. Do you have the symbol of Kalimvor on you?
No, I'm. You would never know it beyond
Okay.
the gruesome look at me.
Just from your kind of shaved head and your pale skin and your kind of somewhat clericy attire, grim look. Says looks around and says, "All right, listen, we don't have any clerics here in Beliard. Small place. We probably can use some help. Have the experience. All right, listen, come with me, but gotta leave your friends behind. It's just you."
Okay. I look at Zaya and I say, "Are you and the rest of the crew? Are you okay to wait here, or do you want to
I'm
wait in
gonna-
the ship?"
I'm
I
gonna say-
I have some experience in tracking down people.
But I'm your assistant. You know, your apprentice. I mean,
And I
shouldn't
have
I see your
experience in
work?
crushing people.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
He's like-
hang on.
He looks at you. He's like, "All right, getting on a pen. It's gonna be a bad day already. We can't. Listen, I can't have a circus about. Okay, we gotta."
Oh wait.
Okay.
We're not a circus.
Cortion, here's my earpiece. Let us know if anything happens.
And I'm trying to fit this dragonborn ear
Yeah.
thing.
It's just a small stone that fits into your ear nicely. He looks at you and says, "You've got some crazy hair. We have no dragonborn here, and you're huge. We're gonna be tracking all sorts of attention. I can't have it.
I mean,
can't
I
have
can
it."
I can hide my.
No,
It's-
sorry, we'll wait. It's fine.
He looks flustered already as it is. The fact that strangers in this town are trying to jump in this investigation. Corton, you put the earpiece.
Zaya, we'll be in touch.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you touch the earpiece and you
I
speak,
walk.
they can hear you. All right. So he leads you to kind of off to one of the far fields where the cattle have been cleared. You spot a few other guards, a couple other guards there, and they're kind of making a perimeter, and they have spears, and they're kind of poking through grass, grazing fields, and are looking for some sort of or some leftover item that may have went in the right direction.
Okay. I'll walk in. I'm following this guard behind him, and I expect him to introduce me or show me around.
So he kind of points you. He guides you. A couple of guards see him. They nod to Callus. Says, "Yeah, he's just body's just over there in the fields." Kind of guides you, and they've kind of cleared up the area, cut some of the grass, and open up the area so they can see. And it's an older man. He's got a gray beard, kind of balding at the top, bushy on the sides.
Human?
He's human, yeah. He's wearing an apron, and just right across his throat, it's just a giant gash. Just,
so he's been murdered. Okay. As I approach, does anybody stop me? Can I approach at will?
The other guards look at you, and Callus just says, "It's okay. He's a."
And I'll drop I'll leave my weapons at the scene so that they're not worried about me, if anything.
Sure.
And I'll approach the body, hands out, just to kind of see if I sense anything, and then when I approach the body, I'll take a knee, kneel down.
You don't sense any undead presence. It's just a dead body.
No spirit that I can sense.
No, nothing arcane or anything at you. No.
Okay. Perception-wise, I'm gonna roll for perception. Investigation, maybe.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Cool.
Okay. He looks at the body. His body. His hands are very calloused, and he's got beefy muscles. Look through other parts of his body. Doesn't seem to have any other wounds. It is clear that he had bled out. He died. He took a giant slash to the throat, right across the front of his throat.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of just make a medicine check as well. Now investigate a particular wound.
So I'm gonna dive into that neck. What?
Yeah. So you look at the neck. Yeah. It was a clean cut, very clean, very quick. It wasn't it wasn't crude. It wasn't like jagged and rough. It was well cut, a real good cut, and it was deep.
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna wave over Zivik.
Callus.
There was two. There was one that ended with a K.
Oh.
Nivik.
Oh, that's it. Sorry. Yeah, Nevik. Yeah, that's right. Nevik.
I'm gonna wave him over and explain to him what I think happened, and that it looks like a man of this strength wouldn't have been caught dead in a fight like this. He probably got off. Somebody came in from behind and with one fell swoop took him out, dumped him in this field.
Yeah, Iron Gull was a tough one. I've seen him in a few brawls. He wasn't one to go down easy.
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense. Taking him from behind.
But why was he targeted in the first place, do you think?
I don't know. We don't have a lot of trouble here in Beliard. Iron Gull was he's a well-liked man. Think he had any enemies? Honestly, I have no idea.
And they haven't found anything in the field.
No, they prod around. They continue to prod on fan outs, joining the case, but they haven't found anything.
Okay.
No.
Cool. I'll go back to the body. I'm gonna kneel down and take a note in my book of his name and make sure that I've at least take a note of him, and he won't die in a field and being forgotten.
Okay.
I don't think there's really any sense in me trying to help them find anything, but I'll just do like a cursory check around the area, maybe in places that the guards are not really in.
Sure. All right. Make a perception check as you're scouting around. Okay, so you kind of scour out, take some time to look around, prodding around. Just think here. You look for some kind of article, a clue maybe.
Yeah, anything that obviously the guards are looking for something, so maybe I should have asked them what they were looking for in the first place.
Yeah, so they're just looking for. So I need to just gonna think here. Okay. As you're looking around, you don't. They're just looking. Something that might have been dropped, left behind. One of the guards perk up, Callus, one of the other guards, and says, "Oh, come here, take a look at this." You guys kind of converge onto there. He kind of just pulls back some of the grass. You see some footprints, just a few footprints it was kind of like impressed in the dewy grounds at some points over the night, I suppose, or the morning, depending on when he was murdered. They're not really sure when. Yesterday or a week before. But there's a few footprints that head back towards town. You guys follow for a bit, but once it hits like the main path, it just prints no longer exist.
Okay. I'll bring up the fact that if it's impressed in the dew, it must have been this morning that it happened, that he dumped the body. Is there just one set of footprints and there's not like drag marks where he dragged him out there? Riddle me that one. Did he just drop from the sky?
There's a few drag. There's a few drag marks. I kind of look. There's a few drag marks near maybe the last moments, when the body. Because they weren't sure if the body was killed in the field, maybe moved. Make a survival check.
Yeah. This is my jam.
Yeah, there are a few drag marks near where the body is laying now. Presumably, it was carried there and maybe dragged the rest of the way a little bit.
Okay.
Pointing off into kind of a different direction, towards another part of town, I guess.
So he dragged him out here, or dragged him at least part of the way, dropped him here, and then ran off towards the city.
Towards the main town proper.
Yep. Yeah. I'll let the guards know that. Can I tell that it was pulled from a different direction, or like from the town proper as well?
As you're looking at the footprints, the body was pulled from so we'll say kind of north, west of the town. The body was pulled kind of from the south, eastish, and then the footprints head towards east, toward kind of different locations.
I'd like to. How much time do I got?
Well, about 5 minutes technically to 9:30.
We're doing it. We're setting out. So I'm gonna just see. I'm gonna try to follow the footprints and let the guards know that I intend to follow through with this. What do they say?
Nivik looks at you.
At this point, Lucius presses the earpiece and says, "Well, are you on your way back yet?"
And I tell Nivik that I'm running out of time, and it's something that I won't be able to delve in much further. I'm gonna tell Lucius real quick. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm on my way, and intend to walk like as I'm walking back, because I figure I gotta go back to town. No, I don't.
Yeah, like you can head back to town ahead.
Okay.
You're
And
kind
as
of
I'm-
west of the town, right?
Okay. And as I'm walking back to the town, walking towards what I assume is where that we parked the ship or have the ship, I'm gonna continue like with my eyes open.
Okay. So as again, it's easy enough to follow the foot. What you're looking for, the depressed prints. Once it gets to the main road itself, it kind of the mud kind of saunters off the footprints, and it's a little harder to spot, especially now there has been some traffic. But make another survival check to see if you can follow.
Baby.
Wow. Okay.
Um,
You follow them, kind of. You follow them a bit, dodging traffic. Still early in the morning, so it hasn't been destroyed too much. Keeping an eye on the same side, footprints, the speed. You see, get to the main center of town where the well is. You lose it for a second between all the, but you catch the lead again, and they are well within the vicinity of the Watchful Night Inn. And they kind of just stop around that area, kind of lose trail, but you're muted.
He was potentially at the inn.
Yeah, the only inn. It leads. They basically, you kind of lose it. You don't see if they actually go to the inn, but as their streets are wide, there's not a lot of buildings together. Kind of lose the trail right at the end. There's not much where else to go. Maybe they lost a trail. Maybe it was at the end, but
Yeah.
back to the inn.
This one's too obvious to pass up, and I'm gonna tell Lucius I'm gonna be another minute. I got a hot lead.
A hot lead on what, Cortion?
I think
What
I'm
are we wasting our time for?
Lucius, I think I'm about to crack this case wide open.
What case are you talking about?
The case, Lucius, the case.
Does this have something to do with the stench of death you mentioned
The
earlier?
stench of death. Didn't I impress upon you the urgency, the stench of death?
Did we see?
Yes, I can only
Coruscant-
imagine the stench of death of the hundreds of lives lost to the giant attacks that are happening right now because we're wasting time.
I can't drop one man's life for the theoretical hundreds that I've got one in front of me and I need to solve it right now.
Did we see
Just-
Coruscant come back to town?
Yeah, if you guys were still in the center of town, you would have seen.
Oh,
What was
sorry,
that?
I thought you guys had walked towards the.
Lucius did to get the ship prepared.
Gotcha.
If the rest of you guys are in the center of town, you would have saw Cortion pass.
okay.
I
Well,
assume
we
you
heard
guys
what he
followed.
said too, and I'll say like, we're gonna watch over him. And I start walking.
You're lucky I don't feel strong enough to take on all of the giants by myself.
Cortion, what do you
Although I
I
do,
know
although
you
I am
could.
beginning to wonder what reward Klauth would give me for all these artifacts.
Cortion, with a few more minutes left before
Going to
Lucius
the
loses
inn.
his mind, you go to the inn.
Yeah, I wanna hit up whoever's inside at the moment. I want to see the gnome.
The gnome is there on his little stilts. He's wearing a higher pair this time. Just nose must have broke, but he's got a new pair. It's a little taller.
What's
Yes!
the bottom of those? Is it like a pair of shoes?
No, it's just no, it's just
All right.
thick. Very.
So that makes me think that he didn't do it, which blows my case out of the water. No, okay. I want to ask him if he saw anything suspicious last night. If anybody, if he had seen Iron Gull. I don't know.
No, Iron Gull doesn't come here. I was asleep. I work all day. I sleep all night. I saw nothing. What are you looking for, friend? I'm a little busy.
Just looking for somebody who might have seen Iron Gull last night.
I don't know. Ask around the inn. I didn't
Yeah.
see him.
All right, be on your way. Is there anybody else in the inn?
Make a perception check.
Can't tell if anybody else is in the
So just yeah, you can.
Okay,
There
okay.
are people in the inn, but
So there's other people in the inn. I'm just looking at.
Yeah,
Can
you're looking. Yeah, you're looking around for suspicious people. You look around.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, when he says that, can I take a see if anyone like looks up when?
Mm.
Sure, make a perception as well. There's not a lot of patrons in the inn at this time. It is still quite morning. Some people are just having their breakfast. No one seems to perk up at the name of Iron Gull. Maybe they
Is the
might.
guy that we met, my number 2 fan, still there?
No, he is not. But no one perks up. Maybe they haven't heard the news yet. Whatnot. It is early morning. You guys kind of caught this one early. Corten, you kind of look around the room, and you only suspicious-looking individual. It's a dark, cloaked, hooded figure sitting in the corner of the inn.
Lucius, your buddy got some stain in it.
All right, that's.
Oh, I want to bust this case open.
Busted right up. We're on the case, everyone. Well, that took a dark turn. That was not supposed
No, we're
to.
stretching Lucius' patience.
Yeah,
So
I know. I'm so sorry,
It's
Lucius.
the smallest. That was
Kill
only.
me.
Belliard was only supposed to be a quick stop. You guys were supposed to go in, grab the thing, and out. I had all these other plans for this tonight, but Belliard turned into a whole golden field.
I mean, it was
situation.
great.
Look,
It was
great.
great.
wow,
Well, at least our episode title makes sense this time.
yes, exactly. We finally caught. All right, cool. So you guys
I mean,
took.
we haven't seen it.
So you guys took the silvery moon. I didn't think. I think out of all of them, that wasn't going to be took. I thought maybe it was going to be the Star Metal Hill, the tower, or the house or the cottage in Everland, but not the.
I was thinking the
silver moon.
cottage would probably be cool too.
We're gonna start a church.
I mean,
But you know
Lucius
what?
would have been even happier without stopping in Everland. He has leads there
Yeah,
himself.
that's what I figured, right? But Silvery Moon is a cool place. It's like a nice, tranquil harmony. Very nice.
I feel like
Probably the
Actually,
best
I've gotta find.
the
What-
Everloon cottage would have been interesting if we knew sure. But the fact that it wasn't sure just removed any appetizer.
Oh right,
Appetite.
right. Lucius heard from Nalaskar that Everland has giant scholars in it.
Yeah.
That sounds
Anyways, well, thanks for watching, everybody, and if you have been keeping track, we are now fully up to date on YouTube. So if you missed any of our
Yeah.
episodes, please do go back and watch. We would love to see our subscription number go up, so hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week for another episode of the Gilded Dice.
Yes. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Thanks